So last time we were on Vainolati, uh, and we did figure out an appropriate funeral rite for Chishin and her people. Essentially, we just wrote letters and burned them so that the smoke would go to the spirits that are also in the air. Um, and got a bit rough, but Chishin has made some new friends now, and all was well. Not entirely certain what we did in the middle of the session. There was some stuff. I know we were on the way. Oh, Asta wanted to go up north on the sector map. Yeah, let's say north to see because there was some new species that was being introduced to Galactic Society, and she wanted to go see when they're signing their accords and stuff. And we went, sure, we're probably on the way. We can drop you off nearby. And then we got to March and started poking around, started the selling process, and Elise is engaging in her favourite pastime of corrupting the innocent and recruiting children. That's not actually her favourite pastime. I don't know what her favourite pastime is. Maybe it is, I don't know.
That might be it.
That might be it.
We don't know for certain, but it might be.
All right. There was a lot of there was also a lot of talk of what you wanted to repair with the bespoke parts that you gathered, and decided to go with a big gun, which you're how many days away from Meowkin?
Quite a few. I guess it's 1,000 a day, right? Without the shipyard. With 14 days away. 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. That is not too bad.
Speaking of, can we go ahead and mark the... In fact, actually, I can do it too, can't I? I'm going to go ahead and mark the oversized mounting as repaired.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Since that was just a pre-tech part.
Mm-hmm.
Subtract that from our needed amounts. Haha.
Right. And I'm going to go over on the March system map. As soon as I can find it. Oh, there it is. The one that looks different from the rest.
Oh yeah, that's good. That actually went ahead and subtracted that from.
All right. Elise has just finished her Operation Defeat Zoe Security again in the bathroom.
Which totally isn't creepy at all.
Not in the least.
Definitely not.
And you guys had some things that you wanted to do on the planet while Elise waits to meet with Zoe. So because Jackal isn't here yet, and possibly not today at all, we will retcon a little bit and say that Zoe gave Elise a time and place, a time that's a couple of days out, using XKCD rules. And that gives us enough flexibility for you guys to spend some time on the planet, and then when Jackal returns next session, hopefully next week, we can just go straight into that conversation.
That works.
I've got the Sons of Gold up and open. I also need the Darkstar trading too. Trade supplement. Alright, so trade. If you want to start with that.
I mean, I think technically skills-wise, I think we are relying on DAS for that. So,
Oh.
yeah, that does present a problem. I'm sure Genja wouldn't mind, though.
Yeah, probably not. See. So, Lamiera is trade, so it uses trade twice. And is one of 2 places in the sector that has a friction of 1.
Mm. Good for trade.
Is music playing? I don't think music is playing.
I don't think so.
Thanks, Roll20.
You're welcome. Look at me. I'm able to put you now.
Wait, you're roll 20?
Keep this cat, because he's gonna keep bothering me, even though it's early.
You yourself
He
are in
is-
fact roll 20? Wow.
Yes, I am Roll20. I am become Roll20.
I heard that happens if you spend too many hours on it.
It's actually a like the board kind of related by it.
Yeah. After so many hours, you stop telling them no, stop trying to make me do surveys, and you just start doing them.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys get those.
And then, Roll20?
Yeah, it feels like every time I load up, well, every week I load up, it's asking me to take some survey about new features.
Yes. Mm.
Okay, I'm not the only one then. Good.
I don't recall those, but that might be because I'm Roll20 now, and I don't even notice now.
Yeah, that could be.
I'm the one who asked you to take surveys.
Wait, I don't like that. I've sent them strongly worded feedback on those surveys after marking random boxes are all 1s or all 5s. Not participating in it, just marking the things so that I can get to the final written feedback part where I say, stop putting these on my screen, please.
Yeah, this is not what I come to your service for. Please
Yeah.
should be stopping with surveys.
Give me an opt-out option in the settings.
Mm.
Must not have enough people opting into them.
Yeah, that must be it.
Oh.
That's almost likely, almost
Maybe
exactly it.
because I see it every time. Like I did it the first time it came up, and I was like, "Yeah, all right, I feel good. I'm helping Roll20. I like Roll20. I don't really want to move away."
Yeah, but then
Probably just be like a random thing rather than a permanent thing.
I think it
Like
actually.
just every now and then you randomly get selected.
Yeah, that would be preferable. Or maybe I just burned myself by responding to that very first one, and now they know I'll respond, or think
And now
I'll
they
respond.
expect it.
Yeah. Alright, so you make a good point about Ginja might want to be involved in the numbers, especially since Das's trade skill is going to play heavily into trading for good prices on Lamiera. Is there anything else you 3 want to do while you're here?
Percy's debating
Mm-hmm.
something.
yeah, Percy's not debating whether to get cyberware. Percy is debating whether to get more than one cyberware. Yeah, does anyone else have anything? Leave it with me for a sec.
I guess the only, well, in regards to cyberware, I guess the only thing we don't have any, aside from a lease, we don't really have any outrageous plans here, right? I think we were going to talk to Cassian.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You're going to talk to Cassian, get the intel.
Plan to do that.
Hmm?
Because of the penalties that come with cyberware installation.
Right.
Yeah, there are, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying, basically, I'm just saying that, yeah, there's that, presumably that's, unfortunately, that means it's also something you want to get done after we do everything else here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair, huh?
I don't have any money to spend, but even if it was, I was just gonna be spending on mods.
All right. Knox.
Yeah, I think.
As far as finding things to spend funds on, my hands are tied until we actually go through and do the math.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
actually.
that not having money is a roadblock for some things.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could ride my motorcycle around.
Hmm.
Take it for a joyride.
You could. Enjoy some of the great Lamy era outdoors.
Do they have do they have any like amateur races?
They're not
No, I don't have
supposed
any.
to.
I don't have pilot skills, so it wouldn't end well.
Pilot skills, you see.
Ah.
You did say amateur races. You didn't
Yeah,
say how.
yeah, that is true. I still feel like amateurs would at least have a 0 in pilot, though.
You know
I
what?
have I have a -1, right? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I don't think it's always true that amateurs have 0. Because, back in days long, long gone by, when I had a Mustang and had to show everybody on the road that I knew how to drive it. Yeah.
That's true. Actually, I know my brothers have done a lot of not street racing, but it's called VRO. Basically amateur
Mm-hmm.
racing, and it's like, yeah, there's some people that are clearly not good at it.
Yeah. They get good at it. I'd like to believe that I ended
Yeah.
up at a pilot 0 at some point in my life.
I mean, what's the worst? I mean, we're probably talking about worst is like a fine of some sort, right? Yeah, I'll find some amateur racing on the down low. Just
All right.
something to do.
Well, let's go ahead and get the ship landed. If there's nothing in particular you want to do about landing the ship, if you don't want to be sneaky or do anything, go anywhere other than House LaRue.
I think that's what we settled on last session, right? It's just taking up the landing spot offer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't think we're being particularly subtle about it.
Okay. The entrance that you guys had previously used to get in and out with weapons is no longer accessible.
Okay.
And so you will either need to divest yourselves of anything that is apparent armor and anything larger than. Actually, let me double check what Lamiera's rules regarding weapons are.
Fine, I've got a concealed bolt and a concealed demo charge now. I will never be without a demo charge.
Yep.
Unless I have to use the one and I can't get another one in short notice.
Making demo charges at 10 times the cost so you can conceal them.
Alright, I apparently didn't didn't write down what Lamiera's restrictions are. I remember they're fairly strict though, but not completely exclusive.
Like certain light weaponry is probably allowed.
Yeah.
Like you can have a knife. Well, I guess yeah, there's the question. Can you have a knife and not a gun, or can you have a small gun?
Can
Right.
have a gun but not a knife.
That would be I feel like that would be backwards, but who knows?
Something America.
Does Lamia have a Big Brother thing going on over here?
Lamiera has a lot of observation, yeah. I mean,
Big Brother is watching. Now, I think there might be multiple Big Brothers because oligarchy, but
Big family.
yeah, each city is only ruled by one house. That is that house is city, and that house is the governor, mayor, whatever you want to call him.
I don't remember,
More like the city state.
was there is okay. So like okay, city states.
Mhm.
But is there still a like a planetary governance?
There's a
Or is
council
that
of the
more like
governors.
alliance? Okay,
Um,
they're not necessarily unified.
they're not necessarily unified now.
No.
They they all try to make sure that everybody is acting within the best interest of the whole planet. And in places where somebody's deviating, they can, of course, call a vote and say, no, you have to stop doing that. With the threat of, well, if they don't, they've got several cities that are against them.
Yeah, a precarious balance, if you will.
Yeah. One that is largely held up on, I think, somebody can correct me about this, but I think actual capitalistic values in that there's no huge corporations gobbling everything up. Maybe that's not actually capitalism. I don't know. Idealistic capitalism, where there's no huge corporations gobbling everything up. Mom and pop
Or if
shop.
they did, there's enough that would band together, keep them in check.
No, they
That's kind of the way I was thinking. Yeah.
Lamiera actually has rules forbidding the big corporations from having more than a certain amount of business here. So they find, if they find that Spectrestar Technologies has is at their imposed threshold and find a Spectrestar subsidiary, it's out.
What determines? It doesn't matter. I was gonna start asking you about the economic stuff, since it's just too deep a rabbit hole to dive down.
Yeah.
So I think what I've done in the past, I'm pretty sure what I've said in the past, we're still on the weapons, is that yes, personal arms, small firearms are okay. Limit one per, because nobody needs to be carrying around 2 guns, according to Lamiera. And they have to be holstered and locked, basically.
Okay. So did you say it was just small arms? Sorry.
Just one encumbrance, handguns and the
Okay.
like.
Okay. No, that's fine.
Okay, so I cannot bring my bow into the city.
You cannot bring your bow.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that's rough.
That's okay. I just won't bring it.
They think archery is that big of a threat? I realize mechanically it's just as much of a threat.
It is. I mean, I was actually about to recant on that and say, nah, the bow's fine. That's more of an art form, than a killing weapon. And so I think Miyokin probably could bring her bow.
Ah, darn. All right.
Darn.
Listen, this bow uses 2 of my 4 encumbrance.
Board governor. Oh, yeah, 8 strength. Wow.
Your weapon
Sure.
should be treated as stowed, so it should be 2 of your 8 encumbrance.
9, actually, but
9,
still.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, around it, man.
To represent the lock and all that, go ahead and assign any weapons that are not concealed as stowed.
Okay.
To the rocket launcher? So no. It's
Ah,
going to the other.
Yes. My personal arms, emotional support rocket launcher.
What
I
about
think we've had that joke before.
Armor, if it is apparent armor, as in it looks like armor for the armor's sake, then it is a nope.
Okay, so armored undersuits are fine.
Armored undersuits are fine, yeah.
Okay.
And remember, all this is also contingent on it cannot be an eyesore.
Mm.
All
That's
right.
where my Ironhide comes in handy.
Yeah, sure is.
Fully
I've got
armored,
stutter
baby.
jump, I feel you there.
Oh, was that Nox?
I said I've got stutter jump. I feel you there.
Yep. All right. Oh, there's my government stuff.
I guess the question is, so I know Elise's armor has the polymorphic blending. Does that get through checkpoints or no? Not necessarily relevant right now, but when if Jackal.
Yeah, let me take a look at
Also a
polymorphic
good question for
blending.
the future if we add more of that. I imagine, I don't think it goes through. I don't think it gets through security checkpoints.
I think
It
it
just
depends.
gets past. It gets past visual inspection, I think.
Yeah. It feels bad to say no, it probably wouldn't pass because it is a big ass mod with pre-tech. But the way it's written out is it would not pass a physical inspection. And so it's something that I would put to Jackal if he wants Elise to try and get past a physical inspection.
I mean, I suppose you could have. I suppose like while wearing it, maybe not. But if like at the bottom of a backpack, it's just cloaked.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess that's actually a good point.
So if he really wants it inside the city, I can warp it in for him.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's the
Would
other
also be
thing
that.
you guys have here.
It wouldn't be hard to get in.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, at least, or rather, especially not with the teleporter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Specifically through checkpoints, it isn't hard to get anywhere.
Oh, so you only have checkpoint teleportation?
Well, it's just
Yeah, I call
the
it-
thing. The thing is, like, yeah, if you're clearly wearing armor in the streets, then that's going to get called into the fleece, right?
Yeah.
That's the main benefit right there. Is you wouldn't look like you're wearing armor.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you're allowed in through the main entrance to the city. Um, it is walled, not like castle walls, but with a nice fence around, not around, next to um, a small river on one side, and it requires you to go through certain areas. Plus the fact that you guys came down in a big ass ship, they're expecting you to come through an entrance. Actually, I guess I did describe it as walled all the way around last time. I'm mixing up my descriptions. It is walled all the way around, like actual wall, not just fence.
Oh, yeah, I don't have to try to smuggle my bike in, right?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Yeah, your bike is fine. You were, somebody comes over to pick you up in a car, so that you're not having to walk from your ship to into the city. And from there they'll stop at the checkpoint, have a cursory search done, and someone go ahead and roll me a wisdom notice check.
I think I got it.
Yeah.
I don't got it.
You don't.
Wow, double once.
Percy is
Whoops.
too
Make that
worried
fun
about what's Percy occupied by?
Worrying about whether the sensors are good enough that they can pick up a body arsenal away and realize that I'm smuggling in an extra gun and knife.
Okay, that's exactly what I thought he was worried about. Well, the search looks thorough. They appear to be, performing their expected function. but they don't appear to pick up the body arsenal ray or any of the weapons you've hidden. Now, I am only saying this because I'm assuming that anything you've hidden has a concealed or is you've got a focus for it, or a pocket for it. Body pocket.
Yeah.
So if they don't, you have to declare them.
You have to at least declare it to me so that I can roll against your sneak.
I mean, technically, I have pockets for the stuff that I'm sneaking on. Technically,
Is
like,
any of
the
it
inside my bones, but still.
is any of it considered illegal?
Apart from, well, I'm carrying a pistol, but that's like allowed, right?
That is allowed.
Um,
Yeah.
Beyond that, I think I'm actually on the level.
Okay. Like I said, as long as the pistol is effectively
Yeah.
locked away and marked as stowed. I
Yeah.
don't think that affects you
Yeah.
if you've got gunslinger though.
Yeah, they could try.
Any psychics manning the security checkpoints?
That's a great question. That should have been answered many sessions ago. And I will say yes. There is a psychic that is at the main entrance to the city.
Okay. I don't actually have anything to do with that information. I just wanted to know.
Are you cloaked?
Always.
Okay. Let's see. I want to do this just for practice because I've been really bad about including psychics in the game, and the practice of rolling a meta-sign against cloak powers helps to reinforce. So, while hidden, only meta-sign with equal or higher skill can detect with their level 0 or level 2. Dang, I think you're gonna deny me the check because I don't think they're higher level than you.
Is it just higher, or can it be even as well?
Equal or higher.
Okay.
But they're only level 2. They're not 3. You're 3 meta-sign, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soon. Soon.
Soon. Yes, I know. Okay, so you see them and they do not see you.
Okay. Just smile and wave.
Oh, I can roll against Elise.
Mean. He's not even here.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna see Elise either.
I somehow doubt it.
Oh wait, I don't think
Brilliant.
Elise even has cloak powers.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Alright, well, Elise is already known.
There we go. See, and nobody panicked already.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, it's not illegal to be a psychic.
Right?
No, it's
Is
not.
it?
Yeah.
She is just pulled aside, and this is how we separate Elise from the group. She is pulled aside to answer some questions, and is given a band to wear that tracks where she goes.
Yeah. Which I'm sure she will be thrilled about and take with absolutely no sass whatsoever.
Oh, I'm positive.
Absolutely.
Undoubtedly.
We'll definitely let Jackal deal with that next week.
Lisa's always been pretty even-tempered about this kind of thing.
Right?
She.
That's what I thought.
I think Elise will take to it well.
All right, and then we catch up to where we left off. I wanted to do a little bit of a more establishing of coming into the city, just because we skipped right past it last time. And you guys are in the city. Elise has gone off to her activities with Koana, Aurelia, and Libra. Um, and she will eventually report back that she's obtained a private meeting with Zoe. Well, with Zoe privately, but everyone is invited. In fact, yeah,
I think we whatever who wanted to join.
yeah, exactly.
time.
Zoe wants more than more than just Elise there. Um,
Hello.
Welcome.
hey, welcome. Y'all have just entered the city, and we've caught up to where we left off at the end of last session.
City? What city are we at? I don't
March.
remember what we were doing.
Uh,
Right.
We're in House
you
LaRue
missed-
on Lamiera.
Okay.
Doug is wanting to do some hover cycle racing. Kana might just join him with that second hover cycle. And
Is this why? But what if it was a rocket bike? I saw that while I was walking home, and I'm like, "What is that? What is the context in which that is the response?"
Nice.
weapons restrictions on
Wow.
entering the city.
Right.
Oh, I didn't even see that. It does actually. Mine does actually have the emergency boost thrusters. I think the other one's not modded at all, though. Yeah.
And
That's why we're going for amateur racing.
right.
Yeah. Sure.
And I think they were anticipating Das participating in the trading of goods so that everybody gets a little bit of a paycheck. Because Das has the most relevant skill for trade in Lamiera. Trade.
Which is trade, right? Yeah. I think. Am I the only one that put like any like number of points into it?
Yeah, I think you're the closest thing we have to a trader. Yes.
Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think someone else has like a 0 or a 1, and then Das is here with like +3.
That would be me.
Yep. Well,
I rolled it.
I had the points and not
have a
much else to do.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right, so let's start off with Doug looking around for something to do, some hover cycle racing to be found.
Or at least hover cycle hobbyist,
At
Yeah.
least hover cycle hobbyist.
but
Sure.
ideally racing.
Go ahead and roll me a Charisma Connect, unless you've got a focus that would assist you in some way here.
Let me.
I mean, I guess having a hover cycle, I do forget I have Wanderer that came with this level 1, which I
Ooh.
Huh?
haven't
fine.
really. It's the free transportation basically around places.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Not exactly on target with the Wanderer, but it's considering how little value I've gotten out of it.
Oh, guilt tripping, is that what we're doing?
Yes,
mean-
you guys really should give Meowkin more opportunities to use Wanderer.
Yes.
Get yourself into
Very
places where you
specifically.
can't get out.
We're selling the Raza.
Are we now? Are we now?
That will certainly let
Well,
Wanderer
that
get put
would
to
get
use. Unfortunately, Wanderer won't take you somewhere that you don't know to go.
Ah, fair enough. I do have a 0 and connect at least.
Okay. That is sufficient for Doug to find out that, oh no, there's no illegal street racing in the city. There's no
I
illegal.
didn't say illegal. I didn't necessarily say street racing.
That's fair. That's fair. But that definitely comes up still. And there are like sponsored events and things for racing, but not terribly often. There's
And
an
also probably not for amateurs.
not for amateurs, yeah. There is, however, an undercurrent of some racing, illegal racing that occurs out in the wilds. It's illegal because it is still illegal to race unlicensed.
Mm.
And out in the wilds is simply Lamiera speak for outside of the civilized city.
Which
Yeah.
I guess is probably kept as like green space.
Mm.
Yeah,
Knowing
green
Lamiera.
space, plenty of natural forests, absolutely beautiful lakes, and yeah, Lamiera is not kept pretty just in the cities, but also fairly planet-wide. It's has a benefit of being beautiful already, um, and there are some fairly heavy environmental regulations to keep it that way.
Which is probably why not the hovercycle racing is not strictly legal.
Yeah. And Doug could certainly use Wanderer to get himself to that without any further checks.
Oh well, yeah, I'll absolutely do that then.
Yeah.
Anyone tagging along? Want to use the other hovercycle? Charlie. The
Kana.
hovercycle's called Charlie.
Oh,
I was gonna say wrong campaign.
oh, I always forget that.
That's the right campaign. The hovercycle was. We had Charlie the hovercycle last campaign too. We never used him. Used it. I don't.
Yeah, yeah. There are just some named vehicles on set.
And then Charlie joined. Yes, Charlie the character joined later, and then we realized, oh, there's Charlie the hovercycle too.
I think all of my characters end up having a problematic naming convention where they're just the same name as other
Yep. Kawana, Kana, Myokin, Meowkin.
Look, I think Meowkin Kwana is a perfectly good name for a character.
God,
But yeah,
Alright. Sounds like it's.
okay. Percy is not going to tag along. He is doing research.
Okay. Why don't you draw yourself a box and put Percy in it?
Sure.
Can I strike my own?
It's fine as it is.
Oh, I know, but I was just going to guilt trip you while making it tiny and only contain me.
Oh no, don't worry. I'm already hovering over some NPCs that will join if
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I demand a bigger
Yeah,
box.
So far as Douglas, you know, he's just throwing out an open invite to the group, but he's just gonna go do his own thing regardless of who joins.
Yeah. Your crew is not being restricted from coming into the city unless by you guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Oh,
reason for them to be like.
We're obviously we're
The
restricting it to at least make sure that a couple people stay on board. But yeah,
The manifolds need dusting.
right.
Ah, no, that means Viokin's stuck on the ship. Fuck.
Ew.
I guess just as well. Viokin's going to tag along for the trade thing.
Good thought, actually.
Okay. Well, unsurprisingly, there's someone that Doug has never seen
Oh,
joining him from the ship.
oh, which means it can only be one person.
Where is she?
Look, I can make a logical deduction.
And Kami would also like to join in on some racing.
Actually, I feel like Ava Maria Nataria would too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Wow, Doug's
Yeah.
having a day out with the ladies.
To be fair, so are the leads. Koana, Libra, Aurelia. I mean, I guess Libra's debatable.
Aurelia counts. On real accounts, I'm not sure Quan has much of a lady per se, and Libra, as you say, debatable. And also, at least is busy getting them in trouble.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like gender balance on the ship is a little skewed. Depending on what the unnamed crew.
Maybe a little. Maybe a little.
The
Just a
unnamed
little
crew all
bit.
have to be male, okay?
It must be. How we've got 1, 2, 3 named male crew on the ship. One, two,
Hey, that's not
four,
true.
5,
We
6, 7, 8,
We have you, me,
9,
Axel, Dima,
11.
Maximus.
11 named female crew on the ship, not counting this. And we're like what, half and half?
Yeah.
Not even half and half at this point. Close to half and half.
Close.
Yeah, we're half and
half-
half, but the NPC crew are
Wait, we
way
are
skewed.
half and half, and as much as you can have 5.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If one of our 5-player characters was non-binary, then it'd be perfect. But
Well, Dash is pretty short.
true. That's true.
So are we making this 2.5 and 2?
Yeah. Sounds like.
Douglas is pretty big.
Oh no!
Are we trying to make this
2.5 and 2.5.
2.5?
Are you really telling me that
But
Doug
there's a
is
will,
one and
there's
a
a
half?
way.
Are you telling me that Doug is 1.5 people and Das is half a people?
Yes, that is the implication there. Yes.
This has gone all sorts of wrong.
Yes, it has.
Got on a weird tangent.
Oh. But yeah, weird tangents aside. Alan should be back in just a sec.
Okay, that it is not a weird tangent aside. That it is a weird tangent. All right. So Doug going out with you know what? Shadow feels awkward like that, so now Shadow is presenting as.
There we go. Now it's balanced.
Yeah.
Is it though? Is it?
Hello.
I want to say it's balanced.
That's funny too because I just picked random again, and
What's balance? Sorry.
did random into a male face.
Male presenting.
Yeah, male presenting.
Shadow Scope as well.
Male presenting shadow.
Yeah. In fairness, if you can shapeshift, I imagine gender identity is less of a set in stone thing, and it's not exactly set in stone for normal people either.
Yeah, no. Shadow does have Shadow goes by pronouns of however she is presenting, but as a personal identity, she does to have pronouns she her.
Good
So
to know, thank you.
But the shape shifting comes with usually being on the down low, so
yes.
which I imagine comes with not calling attention to yourself
Yeah.
in any way.
So, you guys, through Doug's ability to find transportation to a place,
Hell yeah, transport abilities. Good job, Doug.
it's
Woo.
once you know what's happening and where, it's fairly easy for Doug with a couple of ladies, Doug and Shadow with a couple of ladies and a couple of hover bikes to put himself somewhere in the city that your group gets noticed and someone quite surreptitiously asks if you're going out to the wilds for a race that's happening this afternoon. And from there, easy enough to steer the conversation to yeah, but we don't have a truck to move the vehicles out, and this one's not exactly street legal, and basically
People ask too many questions when you're just taking a bike out into the wilds.
Right?
Yep. And
Shocking.
get yourself invited along on a flatbed for the bikes.
Nice.
If there's anything you want to add to that, Meowkin, or change to that.
No, that sounds good to me.
All right.
I just want to race. Mostly, I just want to use my bike.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like it sits there for too long.
That's as good a reason as any.
I'm gonna move the camera over to Percy for a minute. What is Percy researching in his thick box walls?
Would I give me a moment for answer that? In the
Okay.
meantime, I
Did I-
DM'd one of you about a question. You know who you are.
I actually missed every word of that. I'm sorry.
Okay, I said in the meantime, I DM'd one of you with a question. You know who you are.
Gotcha.
Mm.
All right, I think I switched over to Percy too quickly. Das, do you want to dig into the trading?
Can do. Yeah.
Meowkin posted the things that you've got for trade a
You
little
want to
bit
put it in Discord?
farther up. Yeah, you can do that. Make it easy.
Yeah, she's copying me. Yeah, there is very specifically a note for Dash. Get rid of those damn ingots. I don't care how bad until you get on there taking up too much space. Too much weight, I guess.
Yeah, that counts.
And normally I impose a limit of 2 trades per period. I did reduce the period from a week down to 3 or 4 days. Because we're trying to kill a little bit of session time so that Jackal can join us next week and you're still in La Miera. We'll see how the first 2 trades go, and if need be, we'll extend and let you make some rolls to make 1 or 2 more trades.
If we're lucky, we'll get some complications.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if that would be considered lucky, but yes.
For a narrative aspect to buy time. And character, that would not be lucky, yes.
Yeah. I will say that the troubles as written in Sons of Gold are really rough. Alright, so first thing we've got are those metal ingots rare, right? Is that what Das wants to start with?
Probably, yeah.
Alright.
It's fine if Dash wants to
I
ignore
think the metal ingots we decided just sell regardless, pretty much for whatever price we can get, right? Because filling up the cargo hold. Like the rest,
Dog's
if we
recommendation,
get a bad price, we're just like, nah, we'll keep them. But
Hang on,
those,
but these need to go. Yeah.
these
Yeah.
need to go regardless. If we can sell them for a lot, then great. If not, then we sell them for whatever we can get.
If not, great.
Yeah.
If not, we're still rid of them. Yes.
Great. Go on.
Yeah. And March is probably one of the better places to do that anyways because of its low friction. And because they were free. You know, you didn't actually buy them anywhere.
That is true. We did not buy them.
It's been blood, sweat, and tear getting them on the ship, though.
Yeah,
So,
there's certainly some tears involved.
is anybody
Anyway.
is anybody engaging or helping or with a dash for this?
I think we're all pretty well split up, aren't we?
Oops, that is.
Actually, Yoken is with Tess.
Oh, yeah. I guess milk is still free.
Yeah, I think that's why Myokin didn't join the races, is to join the dash. You have corrupted my line.
Can't go and do the selling of things by yourself. They'll think you're weak.
La Miera is a pretty nice place, but there are still some merchants who will take advantage when they can. In fact, there's still quite a lot that will.
Well, there are probably a lot of merchants that would try to take advantage of someone as young as Das.
Oh,
Yeah.
undoubtedly.
Capitalize aside.
Though, that can work in your favor, too.
That's true.
Mm.
If they look to take advantage of Das, then they're not going to expect her to absolutely take them to the cleaners.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They
it's like
underestimate
they go in thinking they're going to take advantage of Das.
Yep, and then they're
And
taking
Das
advantage
just-
of.
going.
Das just
to take
steers
advantage of
things,
them.
and like
Yeah.
Das ends up selling them it for a massive markup, and then they sort of come out of it like, "What just happened?
Nefarious.
What? How much did I just pay for a chunk of metal?"
Yep, see, you get it. You get it.
Cool. So the metal ingots. What's the process for selling these?
I'm gonna put you in a box first.
Okay.
And
And the
Kana.
box.
And did you guys want any of the NPCs with you?
I don't know.
Asta's gonna go with, because Asta's your only available guard.
We really should get
really
some more
need
guards, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, I mentioned this before.
Yep.
Really
Some
should.
guards, some dudes. The gender disparity is really showing here.
Yeah, can we hire some male guards? I wonder. surely that's a cross section we can meet, right?
Absolutely is. I don't know how it got so skewed that way. I think I leaned a little bit too hard on the random.
Perhaps.
Well, I think a lot of the female characters on board were ones that weren't that were somewhat shit. Like, so it was like Taria, Libra, and Acid, right?
Right, true.
That
and
was
then
already an
Shadow.
initial skew, and
Yeah.
then Kawana and Shadow weren't really random either, right?
Right, and Luna.
Well, that's 5 right there that weren't essentially random.
I got to be okay,
So
sorry.
when you just add random NPCs by rolling on a table for that, then they're not going to fix that disparity anytime soon.
Mm.
That is very true.
Quote unquote. I mean, not that the disparity is really a problem that needs to be fixed, but
Right. We don't need equal opportunity NPCs. That's for real world problems.
I was gonna say, are we doing a diversity hire?
wait, why are all the men that we're hiring in red shirts?
Well, if it decided that all the unnamed crew are men, then
Men?
yeah, they are all red shirts.
Yep.
Oh dear.
I mean, they're probably like miscellaneous yellow and blue shirts, really, because they're not guards. Red shirts have to be guards.
And you guys haven't actually done a Raza outfit yet, a uniform.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they're just in, regular plain beige and gray spacer work outfits.
See, that's the thing, right? Because I feel like being a notorious terrorist organization, having an outfit is kind of missing the point slightly.
Yeah,
yes.
I feel like the outfit is just whatever you're already wearing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes,
we
but
don't need.
this is a signature uniform of space crime.
Yes, we don't need more identifying marks on us, please.
We have enough already, thank you.
Yeah, we've got plenty.
I don't know. I feel like at a certain point, though, it's just it's just like
At a certain point, it's a
to
flex.
really show your swagger, right?
Mm.
Yeah, at a certain point, it's a flex. We are not at that point yet, I don't think.
Oh, yeah,
At that point, it is kind of our brand. It is the thing that people are going to be emulating. And I'd rather them not emulate our one unnamed crew member.
We'll
That's
cross
always,
this
like,
road when we get.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think we'll cross this road when we get to
good.
doing PR campaigns. It will happen. At least it happened last cycle.
Undoubtedly, and it'll be scary. Oh dear.
Gosh, who's gonna be the face of the ship, though?
You do realize at least you get shanghaied into it, right?
You might end up hiring somebody to do that for you again.
Well,
Yeah, but remember, Jai Rao was the public face, quote unquote.
That's
we had an NPC running the PR campaign, but they selected Jai as the
That's right, right. She did not want to be the face, but she wanted to. She was
running
running.
the
Yeah.
campaign.
Isn't he the guy who was doing like medical terrorism, or not terrorism, but you know what I mean?
Uh huh. Yes.
Like, yeah,
He's Riley's
idol, yeah.
aspirations. Idol, yeah, there you go. That works better.
I feel like I should be worrying about this, perhaps maybe a little bit, just a touch.
Yeah, we haven't really checked. Wait, where was? Maybe we did check. Anyways, we're off topic.
We are off topic. He is working in an elderly home, and we're going back to quote innocent trade.
And not hoping for an event.
So yeah, the trade in Lamira, especially House LaRue, is very easy. It's very streamlined, and meeting with many different vendors is made as even easier by the Grand Market, which is a large open field paved with a nice soft surface so that you're not kicking up dust and if you stumble and fall, you are not hurting yourself. And you wear VR glasses to navigate different locations, different shops, and different merchants across the planet. If any of you have seen Valerian, it is very much inspired by the Great Market of Valerian.
Can't say I have, sorry.
That's okay. I encountered this problem in my last campaign too. In the last cycle also.
Mm.
That's okay. I don't remember either.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
But yeah, Das, Kana, and Asta are able to get access to the Grand Market and wander around in VR. You make hand gestures to shift your location, and it's set up so that as long as you're on a street, you will not suddenly find yourself inside of a building. And it's also locked out so that you don't shift yourself from one location to another while inside a building. Those controls are only available while you're in what's considered a transit way.
Rather convenient.
And of course, you're not able to just wander through buildings anywhere you want. All you're going to be able to get into and see are buildings where the merchants have specifically set up cameras to display the merchandise. And it makes arranging for trade deals all very easy and convenient in one place.
How pleasant.
Oh. I guess unless you want to add any characterization to it, we can just go ahead and do the rolls to start off.
Yeah.
And
See what price we can get.
one moment, please. Okay, so the better of your intelligence or charisma, I already know what that is.
Yeah, I wonder. It's charisma, right?
And trade and trade.
Okay.
So 3d6 plus intelligence trade and trade and -1.
-1. Okay. So hang on. So base price is 10 or 11, right?
Base price is 10 or 11. Yes.
Okay. I literally can't roll below that. Because I'm at +8 -1. +7. 3d6 plus 7. Lowest I can possibly roll is a 10.
That's pretty
So
good.
we're getting at least base price for these metal ingots, and we're probably getting quite a bit more.
Good.
Yeah, that's a bit more.
That's quite a bit more. That is plus
noticeable bit more.
200%.
Woo.
And so
Yeah. These are obviously we found like the one guy that really needs these metal ingots right now.
Yeah. Makes it almost worthwhile.
Yeah.
Keyword almost.
Almost. Yeah.
all right, let's go ahead and roll the trouble.
Huh.
Is a one bad or is a one good?
Unclear at this juncture.
There is literally a 1 in 10 chance.
Right.
Oh my.
That is the only number I could have rolled that makes me roll another number.
Oh. Okay.
I feel like we should be worried.
Yeah. Yeah. 3.
Oh
3
no,
what?
it's me. Oh no. Oh dear.
3 times the price additionally.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, no. We can hope, but
Yeah, we can hope.
oh, I dislike us. I distrust.
Oh, and the 1. Oh, well, maybe. We'll see.
I distrust this.
All right,
Yeah.
so you can sell all 18 units, all 180 tons,
Nice.
at 3 times the price. Base price is 5,000, so that is
Ooh.
15,000 for the lot. Oh, 15,000 each for.
15,000 each, right?
Okay. I was going to say that's you're right. The artwork much.
Yeah. So that's 270k. So that's
Yeah.
not bad.
It's respectable. Worth hauling.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
And as Das is sourcing the vendors, this is mostly just one vendor, but there are a couple that are also contributing to this, and it's not just one vendor that's like paying 15,000 per 10 tons. You know, there's a vendor that's paying 16,000 but only wants 170 tons, or 15.75 thousand, and there's a few more that are up there also, and become enough of an acceptable deal that it all averages out to this 15,000 per unit. And you know, you're going through the process, making the arrangements for the various vendors to pick up. You're calling up to the Raza, or calling over to the Raza to have the minerals offloaded and brought around for pickup, because they're all going to be delivered to these merchants by drones, and they need heavy duty drones for this much bulk, this much tonnage. And you run into a small administrative issue with the Raza being, at the time of this transaction, parked outside of the city. There's bureaucratic problems with the pickup drones coming over to get the materials, and this is assured as a bureaucrat or administrator, not bureaucrat, as an administrator pops into the VR landscape to help through with the expediting of this paperwork. You're sure that this is all just a small inconvenience, that they just need to ensure that all of the drones are insured for pickup outside the city, and that you know, it would have been this would have been a quite a bit more convenient if you were in orbit when this transaction was made, but now the transaction is already made. We can't move the ship.
Yeah, it's one of those legal things where it's like if you're in orbit when it happens, then it's fine. But because you're landed, taking off counts as like stealing it, and you can't do that, and this is done. We need to handle. Yeah, okay.
So that's actually the trouble you
do?
rolled. Is administrative confusion locks the deal down for 1d4 weeks.
Oh God. At least it's only one.
Oh dear.
At
Now,
least it's only one.
These troubles are potential adventures. You can try and do stuff that will mitigate this if you want. It's only a week, so you can just leave it. It's not like somebody comes and takes 1d4 times 10% of. Oh yeah, another merchant takes 1d4 times 10% of the goods through fraud.
At which point there would be trouble. No, we would be the trouble then.
Oh yeah.
We'd be the trouble.
Yeah, I imagine that's just on their troubles table. Like, you steal a chunk of goods. What is the trouble that you roll? The people you're stealing from are the Raza. Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's what I imagine.
Yeah, so we can certainly come back to that later on and see if you want to try and speed that up and avoid the 1 week of arranging for insurance and proper transport and all that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends how long we're intending to be here. And whether we're going to need to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're going to be here for a week, then we'll just let it play out.
Right,
I
right.
suppose this is would be a week on top of the 3 days, right?
It should
So
be a
it'd
week
be
on top of the 3 days, yeah.
Right.
Which would put you right up at the next news interval. That would be plenty interesting for me.
I'm certain there's nothing chasing us.
Yeah. What would come to Lamy Era and cause trouble for you here?
Surely
Yeah, what would dare?
Surely nothing can possibly go wrong in this circumstance. Certainly not.
So, you do have one more trade that you can occupy with this 3-day period. Do you want to buy something here, or you want to sell something else?
Do individual purchases need to fit into the trading sequence, or is it just like bulk goods purchases?
Yeah, it's just bulk goods. Individual purchases are you guys. In fact, I think I ended last week's session or last session with you guys can buy things here. You just use your own good judgment and post it in discussion. I think you might have said. So yeah, I would have been happy with actual like normal purchases just being handled over the interim.
Okay.
There's not much that isn't available on Lamiera. The only things that you can't just buy because you want to buy them are things that would be restricted anyways. Power armor, anything that's TL5, and that one item that's supposed to be illegal but is not pre-tech and is not TL4 or is not TL5. The black slab. I think I restrict data phase tap also. Things that are supposed to be for specific uses and get misused otherwise.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Is there anything we actually want to buy, or are we selling things?
In bulk, I think we're just selling.
Okay. In that case, I think if we're selling those parts, if they're the useless kind of parts, then that'll free up the most space in the cargo bay.
Funny enough, those are also worth 5,000 a unit, but each unit is, 1 ton.
Mm,
Mhm.
1 ton. Yeah. So base price is more than the increased price of the metal ingots that we got.
Yes.
So if we increase that, that's going to be crazy.
So
Yeah.
here's hoping you get another 200% roll.
Yeah, if we get another 200% roll, that's like 1.3 mil.
Yeah, which would be nice. Which would be nice.
Yeah.
Welcome my videos chugging again, BRB.
Yeah. Go ahead and give that another roll. It's all the same modifiers.
Okay. Same modifiers. Let's
Actually, hang on. Let me
see.
double check.
Oh
Oh, wow.
Unless
Okay.
you're going to take at least a bit off. Yeah.
Back in 1920, hot damn. That's a 20.
Yeah. So that's. I think that's 1.3 mil.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
We were due for a big payday.
this is why I put points into trade, because it turns rolls of like a 13 on the 3d6 into a 20.
Yeah.
This is why I'll be putting points into trade next campaign, just so that I can be sure. Yeah.
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 This is why we need someone with points in trade.
Yeah.
This campaign it's definitely Das, but.
Oh yeah, no, the last
Yeah.
cycle that was we had a very good trader last cycle as well.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
if I have
was
my way,
Zoe.
I'll have very good.
It pays off.
It was.
Yeah.
Wow, Zoe's a good trader. Who would have thought?
One might even call her a shrewd merchant.
Imagine. Such a thing happening. Would never see it coming personally, but hey, that's just me.
All right, so yeah, a 20 is still 19 or more, and so that is again plus 200%. I'm definitely gonna roll a 1 again.
You better not.
That's a 1. Right beside the curved part of that weird symbol is a 1.
Right.
Mm.
Here's the thing, right? You're looking at the 1d10. That tells you what die you were rolling, not what number you rolled.
Oh, you probably can't see the graphical die.
Oh yeah. We're having fun under it.
And which
Yeah.
it's unfair to judge us on something we can't see.
Now you can.
Mm.
All right. So yeah, surprisingly, there's no trouble that comes up with this. And let's see, what is the math on that? So 15,000 times 88.
Yeah.
Suspicious. I feel like he hasn't told
I
us.
think overall we just made almost 1.6 mil. 1.59.
Yep, that looks right. And I really can't say there'd be like no justification if I were inclined to gate the money or try to slow down your acquisition of money. There's no justification for it on Lamiera. This is literally what Lamiera is designed to do.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that is 1.32 million credits that are going to be transferred over to the Raza as cargo is offloaded over the course of the next few days. Because this is less bulky individually and is able to be arranged with different merchants, there is going to be a fleet of movers, haulers coming to your ship to pick up parts and parcels over the next few days.
Nice.
Which I think means that Libra is going to return to the ship and is not going to be kicking around with Elise and Koana and Aurelia. Libra is also going to, upon hearing about all of this trading, is going to appeal to Elise and Percy to hire more security.
You know, it's funny. I was actually thinking something similar. I was thinking because we have enough general hands on the ship, but we're probably going to be getting into more fights soon, and you know, there ain't enough of us that can brawl. You know. Uh so yeah, Percy is uh actually gonna put a pen in the research for the moment and
Okay.
go out and see about hiring. Actually, he's gonna text everyone and see how many more security guards do we feel comfortable hiring.
We've only got 2 so far.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I
I'm
feel
thinking
like 6.
six more or six total.
6 more.
Oh,
Okay.
Go to 8.
Elise
okay.
is
got
not Elise.
Yeah.
Libra is only asking for like 3 more.
Yeah, I was thinking two more. So, let's split it up. Say
Hmm.
four more for six total. How's that sound?
I could live with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will see about hiring 4 security guard types. You know what? Let's see.
Why'd you tell me to put a pin in it? Pins are hard, man.
In fact, you know what? Let's see if we can get like 3 guard zeros and a guard 1. Is it possible to hire someone who's like guard 1 caliber off the bat, or?
It is. It generally takes a little bit of extra effort to find somebody that's got that kind of experience, practical
True.
experience, or military background, and is
Yeah.
willing to leave what they've been doing already because they're
Mhm.
employed.
Yeah.
We've got a week and 3 days.
Yeah. I have a week. 3 days.
Yes, you do.
I have a week. I have a week, 3 days, and money.
One might say a 10-day.
Yeah, one might. One would be kind of weird to say it, but one might. But yeah, I am gonna go out and make efforts on that front.
Okay,
Thanks.
that
I
sounds
really
good.
have been muted this entire time.
What you say, Nox?
Nothing.
Yeah, I was talking over you.
What?
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
If you think it was silly or whatever, that's just all the more reason to hear it.
Uh,
Agreed.
no, I said I really have been muted this entire time.
Whoops.
Oh, whoops.
Whoopsie.
That was literally just asking what the split of the ship funds was going to be.
Yep. That has been reminded in the Discord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that what we've been doing up so far, so like going forward as well, I assume would just be like even split between named crew members, and then the other half goes to ship funds, which is where the rest of the crew's wages come from.
Yep, I was asking about the numbers specifically.
So, how is Kana through? Actually, I should ask, how are both Das and Kana through these trade negotiations? Because some of your assumptions are correct. There definitely are people who see an easy mark with Das.
A lot of the things that Myokin is doing are a little bit more on the behind the scenes side, keeping track of psychic and stuff.
Okay.
But in the outside of that, kind of presenting just a little bit of military presence, wearing kind of the right kind of garbs and playing the role of a proper guard on top of it, just so like we appear to be a little bit more armed and like ready for the real conflict.
Okay.
If it comes up to it.
Question for Kana because of her cultural background, where the state determines the prices of everything. And by and large, things are bought and sold at the state determined rates. How does this look to her, or is she already fully familiar with trade and such outside of UIS space? Like, Das out here getting literally triple the standard going rate for it because she found the right people.
amounts are mind-boggling, but they're mind-boggling in ways that make sense. Kana has done this kind of work before being hired onto the Raza.
Okay. Awesome. And Asta is just kind of surprised by Das. She is seeing. Well, Ginja, why don't you tell us what we're seeing from Das in all of this?
Yeah, this is less Das being good at like talking to people and that kind of stuff, and more Das being sort of good at putting pieces together and finding the connections. And figuring out, okay, well, there's loads over here, so I'm going to try over here and see what the status is over there, and like basically looking around, finding the connections and working out who's going to need these things, and then they actually do, typically.
Okay.
Because Das is really smart.
Would you agree with Meowk in there that Das uses hacking to try and steer her towards people who need it right now?
Yeah, racing gathering.
Possibly like not quite hacking, but definitely program, definitely a lot of computer stuff and analyzing things.
Okay.
I don't think she'd go fully into like actually hacking into things and breaking through access controls and things. But she would absolutely use computers to her advantage. So analyzing what's out there, scraping all the stuff connected to the network, all of that, absolutely yes.
Okay.
Put it together, all that disparate information programmatically.
And why don't you go ahead and roll me this is a regular old skill check. This is going to be a wisdom trade.
Wisdom trade.
Wisdom trade.
12.
Okay.
Wow.
Das also connects a couple of dots here that while she isn't the primaries that she's interacting with aren't all Russian and aren't all Union. A large majority of the customers to which she is selling both the minerals and the basic industry parts are oh gosh, I just forgot the word. Just lost the word. Basically, on behalf of Union, representing or not representing these goods are going to Union.
Okay.
Which is a little bit
going
odd.
to Union in a way that they're making like fairly obvious, or are they doing it through like shell companies and stuff?
They're doing it through shell companies.
Huh. Interesting.
And the oddest part about that is the mineral. That's literally what Union does, is mining. They don't need to buy it.
Huh.
I'll leave you with that thought, and let's go to the wilds. Douglas, Shadow, Natario, and Kami all on a flatbed, trundling out to, on the road at first, at least out of sight of the city and the various ranging drones, city drones, and at a point where one of the ranging drones is not in sight, the truck takes a diversion.
They know how this works.
They know how this works, exactly. And you find yourself entering what would be on any other planet or in any other setting a dark, creepy forest, but somehow on Lami Era is beautiful, bright, and vivid. It's just like the light just
an enchanted forest.
It's an enchanted forest. The light just filters through the leaves of the canopy above in rainbow prisms. Lamiera is so pretty. A little bit of GM propaganda there.
Don't worry, we'll make our own feelings on how we think the planet is.
I think it's beautiful.
Propaganda
Um,
way.
Beautiful.
And yeah, you're taken out to a clearing where you see a thinner canopy above, but just enough to more or less hide activities. And you can see the beginnings of a dirt and river and some mud trail marked out through the forest. Um, it is specifically a hover bike race, and there are different brackets, different kind of mindsets. There are the hardcore competitives. There are some that are gambling and betting on it, which is also illegal across all of Lamiera, except for the rules exclusion zones, or like the casinos. Um, I think I call them law No, because that's a bad acronym. Anyways, yeah. So, what does Doug want to be doing, and who's riding the second motorcycle, the second hover bike?
That is the question.
Oh, I
isn't
thought
it?
to them.
They all want to try. They all want to go.
We could. I feel like we could do at least 2 races. I'll let someone ride mine for a second race.
Oh.
Right? Do they just do one race and done here, or is it?
Oh
like
no,
an
no,
event
this
and
is
they
a
do
whole
multiple?
day's event.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You-
Well, we'll take turns then.
Yeah, you caught this in the morning. They expect to be caught at some point, so there's the chance that it's only a few hours. But they'll go as long
Okay.
as they can, and sometimes it's camping out in the wilderness thing and turns into a multi-day event.
Nice.
That's fine with me. I'm not worried about paying a fine. Just the cost. That's just the cost of having fun.
That's
Mhm.
fair.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well then
We'll take
let's.
turns. Doug's not going to be greedy with his hog.
Okay. Well then, Shadow would like to. Oh, Shadow's claiming dibs on Doug's hog after he's made his race. She recognizes that it's a little bit modified.
Yep. It's got. It's funny though. I don't have it like the racing gravitic, so it's got and really. So I think currently the mod situation is a little bit fuzzy because I technically have a well, the heavy lift won't be a thing, but the thrust boosters is technically a spaceship mod that I think we didn't really solidify, but I figure it's not important because it's not going to be mechanically important in
Yeah.
most cases.
We'll
But
just,
yeah, so it's basically got that. It's basically got the NOS boost of hover cycles.
we'll give it a +1 for this purposes.
Yay.
Yahoo.
And someone roll a let me pull up her skill carrot sheet again. Oh, right. Taria always wins initiative when piloting a vehicle or starship. That applies.
Oh yeah. So always
Um,
first off the line.
so Kami will race with Doug then. So somebody can roll for Kami a proficient skill check. And then Meow can go ahead and you roll also. This is pilot with intelligence or dex. Intelligence would be if you're taking the time to look at the course. They do have maps for you, and kind of mentally analyzing it to start off.
Yep, that's gonna be more Doug thing because he's definitely he seems like he's careless, but he works with explosives. Also, I have a +1 in intelligence and not a +1 in dexterity.
Right.
Mm.
Well, you
Alright.
still get the +1 from the mod to the bike.
Yeah.
You know that
Seven.
this is the only scene for you here. So do you want to re-roll that?
Yeah. Oh, sure, why not?
Why indeed?
Here, let me add the 1. I'm not really worried about winning or anything, you know. Doug's just here. Oh shit!
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not really worried about winning. He says winning.
Now these aren't the professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is hey, these are our hover bikes and we like to ride them and we know how to ride them. You know, they try and make a point of you saying, yes, I know how to ride this bike.
Doug's got it's beginner's luck, because be clear, Doug is not really that skilled with it.
Alright, do you want to characterize this as beginner's luck, or was it a combination of him putting time into the course?
Absolutely.
All luck. Okay.
No, this is absolutely beginner's luck. Douglas is not good at this. We'll say. I mean, it's just. We'll say. I mean, I guess a little bit of both. He does. We'll say it ties back to he identifies the best straightaway for the boosters, but that's about the only thing that saved him in the race.
Okay. Sure, that makes sense. And Kami was a little bit of a combination of skill and analysis of the course. Kami was one of the NPCs that got named during the tactical battle as she is a parkour expert. And having a little bit of insight into those the flow lines is before you're in the red, I will answer that in a second. Is it just kind of comes naturally to her, and knowing how to ride a hover bike also makes she can treat it as kind of an extension of her own feet. So Doug and Kami do really well here. You are highly regarded already. Now, Meowkin, would you rather roll for Shadow or for Nataria?
I'll go for Nataria.
Alright, so someone else give me a roll for Shadow. Shadow has a +1 because of Doug's bike. Natario has a +2 because she is really good at getting the jump on things. She cuts the corners really quickly. She's a little bit aggressive. Might ruffle some feathers a little bit, in fact, because her antics require others to slow down a little bit.
That's
Wouldn't on the professional circuit, because they wouldn't shy away from it. But here, you know, you've got normal people that don't want to crash. So Shadow proficient at +1, Natario proficient at +2.
yeah, but Shadow's proficient is also like a +5, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's actually why.
So now they're uneven. Oh wait, no, I guess Shadow still has a +1 advantage over Nataria.
Mm-hmm. But that's actually why I put them together, is because they're
Yeah.
your best racers in that box.
They're both the actual pilots. Or actual, yes. Anyways, hover biking proficient, yes. Modifier 2.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Not
And
the best die roll, but a +5 gets you there.
it sure does. Who's rolling for Shadow?
I did the last NPC roll, so somebody else can if you want.
I can take a crack at it. What is that? Just 2d6 plus 5?
2d6 plus 6.
total.
Yeah, +6 total.
Okay.
And while you're rolling,
Remember, Shadow's a +5 pilot.
yeah.
I don't actually know how to roll NPC things.
That's fine. I'll answer your question here. How much system strain do you need for free before you're in the red? Wait, need free? What do you mean?
There's no.
How many below maximum system strain do I need before it's considered dangerous?
I think it's all or nothing, isn't it?
Yeah, it really depends on what you expect to happen.
Hmm.
If you plan to never take it, if you plan to never take a system strain, you're fine.
Yeah, to put it into an anecdote, on my warrior in another game where I did take a fair amount of cyberware and got myself down to 8 out of my constitution in system strain, there were some combat heavy segments where we had a biosign and I had to get healed quite a few times. And we actually avoided a combat because I was like, I've only got 1 system strain left and I'm still down on hit points. This could be the end of it because I can't get healed after that 1 system strain. So that's really what your limit is once you've capped out your system strain, whatever your max is, you don't get the benefit of any healing from drugs or biosigns, with the only exception being those pre-tech cosmetics that change your hair green or some other color.
But also the system strain from the basically I think anything for system strain is just has its own rules, right? So like the QEDs have their own rule for with
Yeah.
system strain.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the book, and pretty much the only time system strain is mentioned is on healing items, but there's no like general system strain rule.
No,
Okay.
for the most part, if you're at your cap and something would give you system strain, then it doesn't work.
Presumably, the thing that gives you system strain should have rules on if you're at your cap of system strain. That's
Yeah.
what I'm picking up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking at it before. I went from 1 out of 8 system strain to 6 out of 8 system strain.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would
and
mean that you would be able to be healed twice before you can't be healed anymore.
Okay, I thought it was that you could be healed twice before you instantly dropped dead.
No,
a la
no.
Shadow.
Yeah, that was because the last cycle, that was what the QEDs basically did.
It did, yeah. I had some very harsh consequences. There,
If you reach your cap with those, boom, dead. But everyone
Yeah.
gets 1.
I mean, I
There-
already can't use the QED ever because I'll drop dead.
You can have your memory strained all you want.
Yeah, we can give you a QED.
There are a couple of things that are specifically written that if you don't have system strain to be able to accommodate it, then it does something bad. But anything that doesn't have specific rules for that item just doesn't work. That's the only risk you take.
Okay.
Keep in mind that artifacts, some artifacts also use system strain.
True. I think it'll be fine.
All right. And so on another strong showing, Shadow and Natario make it through, and the good graces of Doug and also the skill that you've brought with you on just these regular hover bikes helps to smooth over some of the ruffled feathers from Natario, and she apologizes when she comes back too. She is
I imagine Doug is, honestly, in regards to bringing the pilots, Doug is like, shit, I didn't even think about the fact I was bringing a professional pilot.
Yeah, he and Kami are sitting back watching the trackers as they peel around, and there's little drones that try and race along with the course with the riders also, so you can see bits and pieces. And yeah, there's a bit of focus on them and on Doug and Kami as they're watching the 2 pilots race.
Yeah, it's like, I know I rolled a 12, but I really want to make it clear Doug's not like actually good at this.
Yeah, there are people who are kind of going a little bit above and not above and beyond. they're fixating on the moments when Doug really pulled a genius move, where he saw a straight line through a slightly curvy section. He had mapped it out. There weren't any real straight lines through this. It's a trail through the woods. But he found one, and he jetted it, and that's where he made up so much of his time. And was also lucky that he didn't get hit by that branch.
Yeah, I was gonna say what they don't see is him barely it looks like he skillfully makes a turn, but it's just like to him he's just like, holy shit, I made that turn, oh god. After boosting.
Hell yeah.
As he's turning, he ducks under the branch, and everyone's like, "Wow, so cool! He totally had that under control." And Douglas goes, "Shit, that barely missed me."
I had a seat of his pants.
I imagine that branch was like, holy shit, that wasn't on the map. All right. So yeah, you guys are invited to spend the whole. I mean, you were already invited to spend the whole day racing, but now you've got people actually inviting you to Shadow and Natario to race on their bikes. Their more souped up bikes. Doug is given. Doug is, brought around. He's not excluded from it. They just don't want him racing on it because of.
They recognized that he wasn't actually skilled, which is fair. That's exactly what I'm trying to convey.
Yeah.
At this point, Doug's gonna learn some bike mods in addition to all the other mods that he can do.
I will say. Doug probably spends more time actually checking out people's bikes than actually racing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're definitely happy to talk shop. Have you ever talked to somebody who's modded their cars?
Yeah, I'm not out of character, but Doug's all in on that. Chatting with these people.
All right.
I haven't got any emergencies from the trading crew, so.
Yeah, the one emergency rolled was like, yeah, it'll take an extra week.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh no, we're stuck here talking about bikes for another week.
Oh no.
Natario is having an absolute blast. And the faster the bike she's on can go, the closer she comes to slamming into a tree at like 180 kilometers an hour through windy forest trails, the happier she is.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Shadow's a little bit more conservative and more cautious. All right, we are right at break time, so this feels like a good time to go ahead and call a break. Unless somebody had something they wanted to do right away?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and come back.
I'm speaking for me, maybe someone else does.
Yep, anyone?
What I mean?
Get
What?
that. Do you have stuff to do before break?
Oh, in game, no.
Okay. All right, yeah. Let's come on back at about 1:10.
Back to the stars.
All right. We just came back from Doug and crew wowing the race crowds at the Wilds, and Shadow and Natario being invited to race other people's hover bikes as kind of a impromptu team draft. Das has wrapped up the trades for This is over the course of a couple of days for Das, I guess. So we're kind of playing loosey goosey with the time. But Das, over the course of a few days here, has finalized the last offboarding of the parts industry, basic industry. You still got a whole bunch of the bulky stuff that are still waiting for vendors to get approved. Some of it has been offloaded, as shippers are bidding for contracts, and an early government approved one, probably one that's not going to a union or union subsidiary, has been approved early, and they took off their 30 tons of minerals to go off to build a statue of someone or something. And I think that puts the camera back on Percy.
Yeah. So there was
You got two things you wanted to do now.
yeah, there was a type of specialist purchase that I wanted to make, but also let's do hiring first, yeah?
Okay. Oh no. Sorry to hear that, Knox.
Ah, damn it.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, distracted. Yes, there. So, what is Percy looking for in a guard one? Like, we don't really need to talk too much about the guard zeros. That's you'll just get a couple that are good. If you want, if you prefer, over the week I can write a list of names for you to choose from. But I worry that doing that will lead you to say, no, I like all of these, and hire them all.
That is a possibility. So I think so obviously the person's reaction to money is going to be part of it, because like I'm not going to lead with, oh yeah, we're offering competitive wages. Not leading with that. But like, so how they handle it when that comes up is one thing, but I think the other thing that Percy is looking for, from his own experience with a bunch of fighting people, is camaraderie, I guess. Like, what are they like as a person? Because it's a lot easier to risk yourself and trust someone to risk themselves for you if you like them and get along with them. So it's not just whether Percy likes them and whether he thinks they fit with him, but whether they seem to fit with like him and Libra and Asta and Kami and whoever else usually winds up invites, like Doug and stuff, and just like, do I see this person like grating on any of them?
Okay.
Like I don't doubt that people with, obviously the skill is part of it, but I don't doubt that someone with good skills will be particularly hard to find. And with the wages that we can offer, it's probably going to be possible to recruit them. So it's who they are that Percy is paying attention to.
Well, remember that you're not just trying to outbid whoever's paying them. You're also trying to break whatever bonds of loyalty they might have without hiring somebody who just is disloyal.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's definitely a little bit more nuanced. You are effectively going to be poaching somebody or finding somebody who is out of work for other reasons.
Yeah, and that's the thing that obviously needs to be assessed as well. But I'm like, it's harder to say more about a general approach without knowing like the specifics. If it doesn't work out, then we can go for 4 guard zeros. But yeah.
So I think what would probably work best for this is if I do prepare something of a list for you.
Okay. Like what we did with the legendary pilots, but small scale.
Yeah, like with the legendary pilots. I'll. So you're planning on hiring 3, right? 3 guards. One of
4 guards.
Okay, 1
4 guards.
G1
Yeah,
and 3 G0.
correct.
All right, so how about this? Based on what we decide Percy's approach in trying to find and recruit a potential G1, I'll write out a list of 3 potentials and limit you to just one of them because
Yeah.
that's the one that you actually end up pursuing. The others would
Yeah.
we'll find some narrative, and then I'll also heck, I'll give you a list of 2 G0s also, and let you choose between the 2 of them, as the one that's named, and the other 2 can be
Okay.
unnamed. That sound okay?
Seems fair.
All right, so list G1s. 2. Okay. So, what approach do you think Percy takes to trying to locate recruitable skilled guards? Nox has an interesting thought there also.
That is an interesting suggestion. That is something that I think he would look at, just on the off chance that we can grab like 4 people who are looking for a package deal.
Okay.
Failing that, there's with a planet this big and this commercialized, there must be like some mechanism that is used, I guess, like job postings and guard postings, and basically, if we were starting the campaign on March, where would we meet? What is the tavern that we would meet up in? Like some sort of mechanism for that, like just some sort of posting boards or hiding place or job fair. I don't fucking know.
Okay. So,
but something of that sort.
kind of official
is what I would look
channels of ship
Yeah.
looking for ship crew.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Looking for ship crew must be good with guns. Other
Okay.
duties preferred, but not necessary.
All right. I think that sounds fine. Keeping in mind that that approach is going to guide how I write the list.
Seems fair. Yeah. We have actually been doing a surprisingly decent job of being like a legitimate organization, given a reputation.
Really have, yes.
Yeah, like it feels like it should be the opposite, you know? Like, okay, so you are a mercenary group, and okay, we're going to become space pirates. We've done the reverse.
All right. Are you? What level of revelation are you including in this posting? From 0 to 10, as far as clues that we're the Raza go.
Let's keep it fairly. Because like if we go too high, then it'll self-select for people that don't mind, but it also might draw people who very much do mind, not for the job posting. But if we want a bigger pool, then that'll reduce the amount of people that
I think you try to tread a line here between
Yeah.
hey, we warned you here, and this is what we warned you about, so that it's not as
Yeah.
much of a surprise, and also not drawing the wrong crowds, as you mentioned.
Yeah, so let's go for something like that and say like, assuming 10 high, let's say like a 6.
Okay. That's a dropping in my estimation, but the way I'm seeing that is that that's dropping quite a few clues that a savvy mercenary type or someone who pays attention to the political landscape could identify, oh shit, they're the Raza.
Yeah, seems fair. Look, if they figure it out and they come anyway, then not only are they smart enough to figure it out, like not only do they not mind, they have this, they are smart enough or have the political acumen to realize that, which is a useful benefit.
Okay. I mean, that is actually
Yeah, I
what
think okay.
drew Vicky and Max, so.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. That's why I didn't go with like 2.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Alright. Making some notes here for myself. Okay. So, yeah. We'll finish resolving that next session because I do need to do a little bit of prep for it. And we might end this session early. I had already had that thought in mind when I did not hear back from Jackal.
I think that was within my expectations.
Yeah. And let's see. I'll stay focused on Percy for just a little bit longer. What was the research that he was doing?
Look, learning about drones. I am in the market for a drone of some description. And by some description, I mean I have a fairly specific build in mind. Yeah.
Did you say drones?
Drones, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. I am torn between the slightly more expensive one and the slightly less expensive one.
We have loads of money. Yeah, like I can't imagine a drone build where, regardless of what you put on it, you come out of this session with less money than you went in.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they can afford it.
Yeah. The other thing I'm thinking is that like the drone playstyle seems pretty cool. If I enjoy it enough that my next character is a drone wrangler, will y'all think I'm basic if I reuse pretty much the same setup for one of them?
No.
Find a good setup
Excellent.
and use it.
Excellent. Okay.
I will say
Okay,
the difficulty here is more going to be Lamiera than your funds, because drones are one thing that Lamiera controls a little bit more.
Okay.
Especially if you're looking for a drone that can shoot things.
I am not looking for a drone that can shoot things. Not at all.
Okay,
No way.
that opens up a lot more options.
Right. Yeah, I am looking for. Will I need to buy the fittings independently and get them fitted, or get Doug to fit them, or will I buy a drone with fittings on?
It depends on what the fittings are. If you well, why don't you push your build, and I'll look at it.
Okay. Okay.
I will, while you're typing there, just say that if it's a drone that might possibly be used within any city on Lamiera, then grav muffles are a required fitting.
I was thinking that. I was thinking that or not.
Meowkin ran into that last cycle.
Take noise pollution very seriously.
Alright. Sleeper drone with observation, hollow skin, sensor transparency, and grav muffles.
My radiator's chugging again. I'll be back in literally like 5 seconds, okay?
Okay.
Sorry.
Scandalous.
You know, I can't quite make out what he's saying when he's BRBing. What's chugging?
My radiator.
Oh,
was right.
the radiator is chugging.
I was right this entire time.
You
Oh
were.
my goodness.
It
I
didn't
was
sound
close.
right there.
I said radio chugging. I
You were
didn't
half right.
understand why or how, but that's what I heard.
Yeah,
I
no.
understand why many
Maybe,
things are chugging.
maybe we think it's got like some sort of air bubble in it or something. So occasionally when it's on, if it's not turned up high enough, which is too hot, then
Yeah.
it'll just start going like. Which I keep expressing concern about, and my parents keep saying it's just an air bubble, it's harmless, it'll be fine. And when it explodes, I am going to go to my grave knowing that I was fucking right.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
even
how
if it
all
is an air
ghosts
bubble,
ghosts are formed.
that
I told you so.
sounds like it just needs bleeding or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That is,
Like,
of course, exactly what I thought.
surely
And
that's step one. Is like if you think it's an air bubble, bleed it and see if it goes away.
yeah. I would just like to be able to turn my radiator on at like a moderate heat for the winter without having to get up every half hour to tweak it slightly so that it stops chugging. Because like if you turn it up a little bit or down a little bit, then it'll just go silent.
Huh.
Right. Yeah.
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 Anyways, yeah, drone. I imagine it'll probably raise some questions given how much this looks like a spy drone, but
Are you saying it's not?
It does, and
Say that.
you are going to need some help or some
Yeah.
Percy ingenuity to be allowed to buy it. You won't be
Yeah,
able to make that as an over-the-counter purchase.
Yeah, I figured as much.
But it's close enough to military that Percy could use some of his mercenary gumption to try and basically find someone that's willing to sell something like that or
Yeah.
make it. You can
Yeah.
also buy the parts separately and have Doug build it, but that of course will take more time.
Yeah. So I will text Doug, and at some point during his biking, hopefully he'll notice the text. Basically, hey, if I bought you a base drone and some fittings, could you assemble them? Question mark. No pressure.
Yeah. Let's actually move the camera over to Doug. At a point where he's kind of in between races and has spent some time looking at different bikes, engines, the mechanics, talking shop with some of the people who are now seeing value in his engineering expertise as opposed to his racing.
That's how to tease it.
And you get this text from Percy. Now, Doug has been seeing the drones that they've been using out here also, and probably fairly easily recognizes that they've got many of the features that Percy is looking for already. They're trying to avoid drawing attention to them doing all these illegal things out in the wild, so they've got illegal drones to help them. Oh. There may be an in for buying something like that outright out here.
I can certainly facilitate. I mean, technically, I guess I don't know. I guess this is really the first couple of days, so technically I don't have the funds from the. I don't have the funds on me, but I can certainly facilitate that. Yes.
If Doug raises that, then Percy.
I've got,
I do.
Percy's gonna text back. It's like, oh wait, I just made some new friends. That might help with that.
Sick. Introduce me.
Yeah. Percy could certainly get transport out there if Doug wants to help arrange that.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure it's like, hey, you got any buddies that are still moving people out? Friend who's interested in some drones.
Go ahead and roll me a Charisma Connect.
Charisma. Doug's good at this.
Yeah, I'm great at it.
Question mark.
I'm perfectly willing to roll it though.
Oh my goodness.
Oh snap!
The difficulty was 6. I feel like I should give you a bonus for that.
I'm starting to really fall into the luck angle with Doug, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. What can I say? You made a good impression on him.
Yeah.
These are his people, apparently.
as luck would have it, the person that's been most impressed with Doug's knowledge of engineering happened to have somebody coming out to the wilds in like 5 minutes. There you go. That's the luck angle for you.
How good? How useful?
Hey, Percy, catch your eye with this guy. Just tell him Fred sent you.
Sure.
Fred.
Sure. I'll catch a ride.
Okay.
Catch a ride.
Percy is given the same kind of I think especially for Percy, almost surreal experience of you catch a ride in just a normal coupe car, probably a hover car because they make less noise.
Yeah, understandable.
And
less smart.
And
I appreciate that.
And you just leave the city on a leisurely drive towards the next towards a nearby city or landmark or something that is properly official and open for to receive people. And there's a he catches the glances out the window. The board look outside to see what's going on, as they really are, which is searching for drones. And at the point where someone says we're clear, the car doubles back, and you were going alongside. There was a beautiful forest off to the side of the road as you were traveling along. They double back and take a quick trail into that forest, and you see the same kind of beautiful imagery that Doug got, except it's a little bit different because as the sun is setting, it's hitting the canopy at different angles, and instead of kind of showering rainbow god rays onto the road and into the clearings that you pass, it's kind of lighting up the leaves above you in a scintillating rainbow pattern.
Very
And
pretty.
the people are in the car are completely ignoring it. It's not new to them. But eventually, you arrive at the race meet where you see people hanging about. They've clearly been racing throughout the day. There's some scuffed hover bikes. There were also some wheeled bikes that were ridden across the course. And you see the startings of the track that they laid out, and in a pocket of this clearing, there's a couple different clearings where people are doing different things, and in a pocket of this clearing is Doug.
Percy, over here, Percy.
Hey, yeah, you've been busy, huh?
Oh yeah, we're having a blast out here. I forgot that I was bringing. I forgot Shadow and Nataria were pilots, and they're really fucking good at this stuff.
I mean, driving and piloting's different, but yeah, still not entirely surprised. Notario did mention being into this kind of stuff a while ago.
They're really hitting it off, and they got some neat mods out here. Anyways, drones. This guy right over here. He's
yeah, sure. Yeah, hi.
Commodity business.
Yeah, so guess you're looking for one of those restricted drones. Couldn't find it in city, could you?
I hadn't really started looking yet, in all honesty, but hey, if I mention I'm looking for this thing, and my friend immediately goes, "Oh, I know a guy," then who am I to look a gift horse in the mouth, right?
Oh, straight shot here? Yeah.
Straight shot, is that it? Because it was over Doug.
Yeah, he's referring to you, Doug.
Is there a story here?
Sorry, you say it's straight shooter.
No, he called Doug straight shot.
Oh, straight shot. Yeah, so I got those boosters. Yeah, no, I got myself a real good time on the track, but yeah, seat in my pants.
Huh. Well, I bet you look cool doing it.
Oh,
In fairness-
they seem to have thought that it was intentional, but yeah, no, I was yeah, no, I'm glad I brought this extra pair of pants.
If it wasn't intentional, don't spoil your look.
Oh,
Nah, we're fine. Don't worry, I've already spoiled it.
he already told us.
Never mind it. I tried. He's very modest. Person who's looking towards the would-be drone salesman now. He's very modest, but honestly, smarter guy you've never met.
Down to earth.
Tara, the one showing off.
That doesn't surprise me.
Excuse me.
But yeah, drones. So I was looking for, essentially a surreptitious extra set of eyes.
I think we can get you covered here. What kind of features were you looking for?
Observational stuff like the IR, UV, audio monitoring. Basically, more than the average cameras and mics.
Read a newspaper printed on an ant's ass. Yeah?
Would be nice. Would be nice. Do ants have interesting newspapers written on their asses? Yeah, I'll find out for myself.
Only in some parts of Lamiera.
I see. Interesting. And beyond that, just whatever I can get to hide its profile, like hide the sensors.
Yeah.
Hide the visuals itself with holoskin. Hide the sound. Hide. Is there anything else? Is there anything else we can do to hide the fact that it's there that we can fit in?
Yeah, he starts talking shop, starts talking technical details. Again, as luck would have it, this guy just happens to be a hobbyist racer and bike builder, but his actual job is designing and prototyping drones. So he has access to a lot of materials because he takes the work home. He's not part of a big corporation because nobody really is here on Lamiera. He's or sold some designs to the government and can't build those technically, but can make modifications enough that they're not exactly the same. And so, yeah, with just a small increase in the cost, he can.
Which I would have offered anyway because this is very unconventional. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
And user reports, of course. I will send user reports should he be so interested.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I will send user reports should he be so interested.
He doesn't. But appreciates that. So I think
Trail.
riding along with Doug's 12 Connect there, he's only asking for 10% markup.
Very reasonable. Very reasonable.
And you can go ahead and mark off the funds and put that on your sheet. You'll have it by the time this 3-day trading session is ended.
Cool. So that'd be how much exactly? I don't have a calculator open. 12,750 times 1.1 is so that's what, like a shade over 14k credits.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I think the 10% markup is incredibly reasonable for how convenient this has been. So I'll just round up to 15k. Why not?
He does not decline.
And this is how you make friends. Incidentally, what's the dude's name, just in case anyone else on our ship wants to branch out to drones? Assuming he's cool with sharing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 1 moment, please.
rolling.
No, this is actually why I for many of my systems in my own system doc I created a names section so that I can just pick something.
Grab one, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I know.
Lamiera has a Greek/Latin/Roman simplified and modernized list. So his name is, we'll go with Constantine.
Constantine, nice.
Constantine, yeah, spelled with a K and no E.
Okay. Constantine, got it. Right, so it's more like a Greek kind of Constantine, got it. Yeah. Mm.
And he is in business, so he does have a last name. He's required to have a last name.
Nice. Hmm. You know what? I'll introduce myself as well. Fuck it, why not? He didn't freak out on seeing us, so either he doesn't know or he doesn't care who we are. And also, Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll introduce myself in exchange.
All right. Do you go the full Percy Cameron, notorious terrorist pirate of the Raza?
We'll maybe save that for the third meeting.
All right, fair enough.
Look, there can be more than one Percy Cameron going around, is all I'm saying. I don't know if that is, but there could be.
Considering how many people are in the sector, surely.
Surely you'd think there'd be at least one more Percy Cameron that was kind of like me. Actually, that's maybe a little bit disconcerting. God, is it going to turn out that we have no memories because we're actually clones of the original crew? Is that how this is going to go?
So his last name is Red, Constantine Red.
Right. Okay.
Lamira allows people to choose their last name as long as the combination of first and last name isn't a duplicate of anybody who's been alive within the last 100 years.
Yeah. Dex, important question. Is Red spelled with 1D or 2?
I was thinking that.
I did hesitate upon writing down Red. I'm like, wait a minute. Have I used Red too much?
Okay, you're probably thinking about it for a different reason than I am.
No, I get what you're going with that, and that is
okay.
one other Red that I didn't think about when I decided, yeah, it's fine, probably fine.
It would be really funny though. But is it one or two?
It is only one.
Understandable.
All right. So introduced as Percy Cameron. There is a small ripple of recognition among the small group here. Heads turn and Constantine raises an eyebrow. Says, "Pleasure to be doing business with you."
And I will just nod, like noticeably, I guess, like a sort of more incline of the head than a nod,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make sure we leave it plausible deniable.
Yeah, I think I'm also gonna like if there's anybody that's like noticeably big reaction or staring, I'll just give them a look like, do we have beef? Like I won't actually say it, but just sort of inquisitive look.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll me the standard wisdom notice.
Okay. You sure I can't use charisma notice because of the social situation?
This time I'm gonna call for the wisdom notice. Percy doesn't recognize any signs of people that might be having beef or have reacted negatively to this revelation. Any that have recognized and reacted do not have negative reactions. So
Yeah, that's a relief.
it's more of a hey, I know that name, ranging from hey, I know that name to oh, I know
Oh
that
shit,
name.
it's him. Yeah. No,
But
that's good. Nobody,
nothing on the line of
nobody
oh
started him.
shit, I know that name.
Nice. Yeah, I'll take that.
All right, and so yeah, you've got a drone. You can certainly have Percy participate in some of the races as it's gotten later at night. Uh, there are drones along the trail lighting it, and the the races aren't so much races; they're more just kind of like mm, people rolling around the circuit for fun. There's not even a start. It's just somebody gets on a hover bike and takes the circuit.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Mm, I'll watch. I will cheer my people on. I don't think I'm gonna participate myself. It's not really. I get my kicks in different ways.
You already had your invite
Yeah,
for racing.
yeah. Yeah. I think I'll give it my first time. Maybe if we're back. I don't know.
all right, and let's check back in with Das. Um,
Hmm.
so it kind of feels like Das has been left in charge of the cargo base situation also. Libra has returned by now. But you know, Libra is an android.
Hmm.
Recognizable as an android. And so
Hmm.
Hmm.
there's
So having her do things like independently is potentially problematic.
Hmm.
right. She can be seen as following orders, and she can act like she's
Hmm.
following orders. Uh, but she's also expected to leave humans to do what humans want to do.
Hmm.
And it gets a little bit fuzzy because you know androids are supposed to not kill humans, but she's also obviously a security android, and so the programming you know there
Hmm.
are ways not ways around it. There are places where the programming of an android does not preclude the death of a human.
Yeah.
And you're not getting anybody that's particularly unruly. But it is the last day of unloading the parts industry, the 88 tons. Um, and people are getting a little bit heated over. No, this was my section of units, my tonnage. Um,
Hmm.
and that's actually a situation that's brewing up. So I guess I kind of stepped ahead of myself here. I did want to ask before I told you there's a situation. Whoops. Did want to ask how hands-on is Das getting now that she's finished the financial parts of it with the cargo bay management?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about like fully hands-on, like doing stuff, but I think she'd definitely be present for all the hiccups.
Okay.
Just to make sure that everything goes when and where she's expecting it to go. You know, keeping track of where all the stuff is, and she's probably got some tracking stuff on a data pad or whatever.
Okay.
That she's like updating as things move, so she knows constantly where everything is and all of that. So she'd definitely be present. And yeah, probably probably some NPCs present.
Okay. Yeah.
Just either wandering through or just asked to hang around and keep an eye on things because Das can't see the whole thing.
Okay.
And if we're having people coming in and taking things, then yeah, we want to make sure they're taking the things they've paid for.
Well, Elena is an obvious candidate, and she is actually here whether you ask her to be or not. You can ask her to leave, of course, but she is putting herself where there needs to be some oversight.
Yeah, if people are volunteering, that's great.
Libra is a constant presence with Das, and is comforted by the fact that she's not having to act like um, well, that she doesn't have to deal with people wondering about her. She can just kind of be there with Das and be silent.
Mm.
Um,
I imagine pretending to be non-sapient would be very exhausting.
it is, yeah. It's something that can, yeah, depending on their personality, which they're not supposed to have. um, excuse me. But being able to just kind of be the security and not have to be telling people what where they can and can't be, what belongs to whom, it makes it a lot easier for Libra.
Yeah.
And who else would be helping you? Asta, of course, sticks around as security. Is Kana sticking around with the cargo bay stuff? Nope, Kana is doing
Yeah.
cyber stuff.
Yeah, unless Yoken is pulled up for cyberware stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. She could be doing research on where she can get this and try to find the best deals, or a doctor that can do all of them at once to to make it a lot easier.
Question about the Ghost Talker transceiver. Does that make my vision and hearing artificial?
No, you can still use your psychic stuff. The normal vision stipulations are just kind of a non-defined thing intended to uh limit the range of psychic stuff to what should be kind of like a common sense shortish range. He's not trying to exclude people with fake eyes.
I was actually talking about, like, if, say,
Oh.
an EMP or something like that happened, would I lose the use of my eyes and ears?
Gotcha. No, not specifically. It is something that could come up in fiction. If something causes everyone to be unable to see, or you specifically to be able to unable to see, then we might say that it's because the eyes glitch out. But having the cyberware won't make you more mechanically vulnerable.
I'm only asking in the fiction of stuff. In the same way that it would work with, say, wow, names are hard to locate when I'm looking for them. Panspectral optics.
I think the plan for that, and this is what I was thinking as well, since you mentioned it, is spatial awareness. Navigate with that. It's like sonar.
Could be, yeah. But I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say that getting cyberware comes with no fictional trade-offs. EMP could be a concern, but generally the Stars Without Number cyberware is very well insulated and shielded, and isn't really at much more risk of that kind of attack than human eyes are to a flashbang. which actually is pretty bad. Sorry, that was a bad example. Than human eyes are to an EMP.
I think either way, I'll do it in 2 steps. So I'll go for the bioadaptation and the immunofiltration system, and leave the other ones for future trip.
Okay.
Also, I
Then
accidentally added an extra one.
then yeah, you can easily get those both done by the same doctor. And on expectation of payment, I don't mind you getting those done within this 3-day trade period, knowing that you're already been paid. You already know how much you're getting for the trade. Funds are trickling in as some of the stock moves, and as long as Miyokin is okay with making the transaction before she has money physically in credit stick, then yeah, you
Hello?
can do it.
Okay.
If she has issue with that, then you'll just have to wait. Sorry.
It'll eventually come in, and then I can transfer it out.
Yeah.
I will secure a payday loan if I need to.
All right.
Cred sticks. I forgot we have those Union cred sticks that we still don't know how much is on them.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Do we not have a cred cube somewhere?
You have to. For those kinds of things, you can't see how much is on a locked cred stick, unless you normally have access to that locked cred stick. Unlocked, yeah, absolutely, you can see how much is there. It's like cash. All right. I think
The question is, what's the procedure for lost, or like if you come across cred sticks that have lost their owner?
Shouldn't have lost that skill issue.
Well, no, but I mean, in this case, these are old, like over 100-year-old, right?
Oh yeah, way over. You
Yeah,
can't.
so the owners are almost certainly dead.
Shouldn't have died then. Skill issue.
I know, but what about the people that find them?
Well, the owners
How
in this
can we
case,
exploit
Find
their
us-
skill issue?
the owners in this case are Union. So Union's still alive.
Mm.
It is corp owned cred stick. Sorry.
Oh.
And the procedure would be that you can go to the Exchange of Light and get assistance in identifying the owner of a lost cred stick. They cast no judgments. They don't immediately call the cops thinking that you stole it from somebody.
Some sort of percentage-based finder's fee?
They'll help with contacting the person as a third party, kind of a mediator, and ask if try to negotiate for that finder's fee. Yeah. Most people will be willing to part with 10 or 20%, depending on their circumstances. But there's always a chance that somebody says, no, I'm going to come get it myself. The exchange isn't going to tell them who you are.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's like, well, good luck with that. Click.
yeah.
Fun stuff.
But it effectively creates an adventure for that NPC to come get you. The same as if you got a call from the exchange saying, hey, somebody found your 2 million cred stick. Do you want to negotiate for it? And you said no, and then said, all right, we'll go find this bastard. Because I know you would do that.
The difference being
What
that sorry, go on.
No, go ahead, please.
I was gonna say the difference being that they probably have more reinforcements they can draw on than we do.
I mean, if this is
It
just some
depends
Joe Schmo's thing, what an NPC adventure. Track down the Raza.
It also depends on how much is on the cred stick too, right?
It depends.
Like
how
they're
many,
not going to spend more than's on the cred stick.
how many,
That's
how
just bad
many,
business.
how many levels does Joe Schmo gain along the way? Because you cannot tell me that every adventure starts off with you being level appropriate for the final boss.
Funny
Oh, dear.
enough, the loss of cred sticks actually was an event that was going on in the background of last cycle. I can't remember if it was a first campaign or second, but there was Meowkin and Nox. If you remember, there was an event about I think it was part 2 war where the casino had lost some of the funds that was supposed to be sent into Raza. And shipments got jacked, along with cred sticks. Yeah. Anyways,
Actually, the talking about the Joe Schmo, that was in one of the books that I read. Basically, it has like a little C story where a character swears vengeance on the one of the main characters, and it's just like grown like way powerful in the background, but then just ends up. Obviously, they can't keep with the main character; they just end up being a footnote.
yeah.
But of course, the main characters are also progressing.
But yeah, so you could take the cred sticks to the exchange, and they would attempt to facilitate an exchange, if that's the direction you want to go. You do know that they're owned by Union. You can also go to Union directly and try to negotiate with them.
I feel like let's not put ourselves on Union's radar yet.
Okay. For now, we're still in that cargo bay, with Das, Elena, Hartman, and Libra overseeing. I'm gonna move Kana out. Put her in orbit. Overseeing the cargo, and you've got 2 merchants squabbling over some crates that they say have been well, that they're arguing over, so misidentified in some way, and sorry, lost my train of thought there. Oh, lost a character sheet too. There we go. And the argument is escalating a little bit.
Okay.
Hmm.
Can I open up my the tracking thing that I said Das is using and just see like what the status of those crates actually is?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me. This should be probably an int program check. I know you hate those, but
How terrible.
yeah.
I'm guessing not hacking.
Not hacking. No.
Nah. Yeah. Ooh. 11.
Wow. How'd you roll so low?
I don't know.
Yeah, still looking.
I have to hover over that to see what the dice were actually rolled. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah. It's not
It's-
terrible, but
1 lower than average.
1 lower than average on 2 dice, but I've got 3 dice.
Yes. 1 average than an average. 1 lower than an average result should be.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Kana orbiting?
Yeah, she's floating in a most peculiar way.
Um. Yeah. Das. By her tracking, the crates were close together, but there really shouldn't be any confusion here. It's
Mm.
you know, there's confusion now because of them moving things, but even so, your tracking has is able to fairly not accurately, easy to visualize, easy to see, tracked the movement of each of the crates with some cargo bay cameras and a drone deployed for additional, camera footage.
Yeah.
How does she want to present this to them? Or does she want somebody else to?
I mean, so
Here's my question. Does that make it obvious one of them is acting in bad faith?
yeah, like is one of them right and the other one is like trying to claim things that are clearly not theirs, or is one of them confused? Are they both slightly wrong and it's actually some third outcome? What's the actual situation?
Well, that would be a wisdom notice check.
Okay. 9.
That's pretty good. And hang on, I need to label some NPC names here. Racer / drone man. All right. All right. That's a read on the situation, especially with a little bit of footage playback. It looks a lot like the merchant who started the confusion created the confusion. And it's subtle enough that it could be unintentional. It could be an oversight. But he's also the one that stands to profit from the confusion if things are, play out his way.
Yeah.
He gets an extra 2 crates. Which isn't much to millionaires like you guys.
No, it's not much, but yeah, it's yeah. Okay. Okay. I think play this as like I'm not gonna go in and like accuse him of trying to do stuff.
Okay.
But like I kind of want to do it as like walk the line between implying that I know it's him and implying that there's nobody. Like I kind of want to play it where like if he actually didn't intend to do this and it's just confusion, he'll read it as, oh, there's just some confusion, it's fine. If he did, he'll read it as, oh, she knows.
Okay.
You know, like just that balance of I'm not outright accusing, but
Okay. So I do want to raise the downside of just a kid.
Indeed. Yes.
Das can absolutely do that with a good roll.
Yeah.
But there still are just some natural tics and tendencies that make her a little bit easier. Well, a lot
bit
easier
to read. Yeah.
to read.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think if there's a plausible way of it being just like an accidental thing, I think that is the explanation that Das would tend to go for. But if there's a chance that it is an intentional thing, she would want to make sure that gets shut down.
Okay.
So it's like I'm not
kind of.
I'm not believing that he did it, but then not wanting to accuse. It's like this is the genuine like. She doesn't want to accuse because she's not actually sure enough to do that.
Okay, so you're kind of turning that disadvantage into an advantage.
Indeed, indeed.
Well then, let's go ahead and this.
And if needed, we can call Libra in, and Libra will do exactly what Das says, and
Yeah, that works.
So I think this is a fine line between talk and connect, but I think this falls on talk.
It literally doesn't matter. They're both -1.
Okay. Well, go ahead and roll me a charisma talk then.
Okay, charisma talk. This is going to go well. Watch me roll a 2.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, okay. That's getting re-rolled.
Okay.
If there's ever a roll that gets a re-roll, that's it.
Pain and
If you roll a
suffering.
1 then.
Like that is a 1 and a 2. You know, like
Pain and suffering.
pain and suffering. Indeed. What should be a 1 now?
Oh
It's like there's only one place to
No,
go
it's an
from here.
11. That
It is a
perfect
1.
roll. It's 2 1s. Yeah, no, I've just switched base. We went from decimal, now we're in unary, so we're doing tally marks. Still a 2.
Nice. Fortunately, we are still on decimal.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, 11.
Okay. Okay.
Just barely.
Well, there's the. It's actually 4 easier. So that sits rightly between the lines of what you rolled and how the dash focus affects things. And I think I'm taking this to interpret kind of, actually not even kind of, how you presented it as Das is genuinely trying to. This is how they're reading it. The Das is, or not them. Antonius Harrow is the only one that really matters in the read at this point because he is the one that seems to be have instigated this. So how he's reading this is that Das genuinely does not want to cause an issue of this. She genuinely wants to believe that this was not an intentional thing, but also genuinely does believe that it was intentional. That's what her just a kid is all kind of given away as things play across her face. And I'm going to do something that we rarely do, which is roll a disposition die and see how... Oh god, there's a big shadow.
Goes to the regular side.
Oh.
That is negative, but wait, doesn't Das have...
Yeah, once per day. Wounded puppy eyes or bright-eyed enthusiasm. You sway a social interaction, swinging the reaction of a participating NPC one step closer to friendly or hostile at your choice.
Oh, do you want it to be neutral or hostile?
Yeah, we'll have them be more friendly, yes, please. Neutral's good.
Okay.
Mr. Mothman, call the police.
Okay. You know what? He seems to. He tries to harden up. He tries to refuse to let this kid beat him out of 2 crates that he has rightfully confused into his into his gain, but he just can't. There's it's like taking candy from a baby in a bad way.
Aw.
And so he does relent. Okay, yeah, I see. I got confused. And the other merchant is skeptical because he's reading Das's manners there also, but doesn't raise any issue. Doesn't just kind of lets it go. He's got what he paid for, and he's going to scurry off with it before this guy can try and steal it again.
Yep. Yep.
After the two of them have separated their crates, crates, and are busy with getting them loaded onto trucks, Libra puts a hand on Das's shoulder, just for a brief moment, and then goes back to standing like a robot, well, like an android.
Aw.
And unless anybody else has anything that they want to do, I think that is probably a good place for us to end and still leave room for Jackal and anybody who wants to join Elise to see what Zoe has to say.
That seems okay, yeah. Oh, one more thing that I would like to raise. Dash, you were doing some info trolling earlier on. Did that get addressed and I just
Oh
missed it? Or what?
yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't forget about it. It's been on my mind, but
Yeah. It didn't get forgotten. I got sent some stuff.
Yeah, and just at this
didn't end
last
up coming up
moment,
here.
it slipped my mind.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that. I also want to wrap up with Kana. Yes, that's fine. Nox. I'll let you know what the implant sickness is.
Mhm.
And then I also wanted to ask before we get into the outer net trawling, do Doug and Percy camp out?
Oh, there was that scene I was going to do as well.
Doug, are you camping out?
Ah, there was.
If nothing else comes up for Doug, absolutely.
Okay.
But he's not gonna hold anyone hostage here.
I should probably get back. I'm working on the
About
recruitment.
this is about as good a time as Doug can have on March.
Yeah, I should get back.
Unless I
and
can
work on
find
the
a band to play in.
recruitment.
Oh, there's definitely gonna be campfire songs. With a a little bit unusual because it does have a tent set up around the campfire so that the light doesn't do the exact same thing that sunlight does come into the leaves and shine outward.
Doesn't give away the position
Mm-hmm.
to the drones.
I'm sure we could rig up something to block the light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've got some tarps. They're all prepared for that. That could probably make it better. Let's see. All right, so yeah, Ginja, that scene or the info? What do you want to proceed with first?
I don't know. Which comes first chronologically? Because I don't remember when we sorted the info.
The info was stuff that you were able to look over on the ship while you were still in metaspace.
Right. Okay. I think that was first then.
Yeah, because That's just stuff that your ship had in its in computers that you could trawl through.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I think Das would pretty much just give. I mean, Percy gave Das a big info blob.
Yeah.
I think Das would basically prepare something similar with all the stuff she's found and transfer that over and let Percy read through it rather than trying to explain all the little pieces. You know. Um. But yeah, I mean, there's not a huge amount that Das has managed to find there. There's a bit, but there's open questions.
Goody.
But there's definitely I believe information there that you don't know.
I mean, that
didn't know before, so
that wouldn't be difficult.
It wouldn't. Yeah.
All right. Oops. Yep. Did you just want me to copy paste it, or do you want to have Dash tell Percy in character?
No, I think just copy paste it. Yeah, because I think Das would just send it over in text, and like I say, just let Percy read through it rather than trying to.
Okay.
That's fair.
Do you mind doing that for me? I'm currently trying to confirm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
All right. There we go. The relevant bit of what Dex sent to me.
I swear I've written down what implant sickness actually is so many times, and I can't find it anywhere. So, does it sound right to you, Meowkin and Nox? -1 to skill checks and -2 to attack rolls?
I thought it was more severe than that, honestly. But
I'm
I don't
sorry, on
remember.
what?
Talk about the sickness for. You sure you don't have it in the rules?
I can't find
Because I
it.
swear I've seen you type it out before too.
Oh, maybe I have it in the rules discussion.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
This is.
Installed in cyberware and implant sickness. Yes. Yeah, there it is. Yep. -2 penalty to attacks and -1 to skill checks for 1 week per strain. It's also actively exhausting and mildly painful, related to the type of implant. So headaches for mental stuff, throbbing for joints, etc. You're gonna have some intestinal discomfort with immunofiltration and bioadaptation augments.
I'm gonna have dumping sickness for a week.
Sugar is gonna taste like salt.
Gross.
Here's the more severe. Additionally, the character sheds system strain at 1 per week instead of 1 per day for the duration of the implant sickness. Unless a skilled
Oof.
doctor is on hand to make a check at difficulty 7, plus the strain cost of the implant once per week, which you've got, so you probably won't have to worry about that.
Which, yeah, probably won't fail those.
Oh, the penalties from multiple implants are cumulative, and the weekly heal check is +1 per difficulty per additional implant. So, okay, that's actually a difficult check, and getting multiple implants at one time is
Hmm.
The sickness, I still think is only 1 week per highest system strain of the implant. It doesn't compound the weeks that I really don't want 4 weeks of PC penalties. But the penalties are worse. So -2 to skill checks and -4 to attack rolls for 2 weeks.
Is one of the weeks here on the planet, or
Yeah, in fact, if you guys end up, if you don't want to resolve the trade problem you ran into quickly, then a whole week and a half of that is on a planet.
Yeah.
and for the other week, we'll just go ahead and let somebody else pilot the ship just this once.
We could take it slow for a bit. I have money to buy mods again.
Yeah. All right, and yep, there's in text roleplay. There it is. See. I did start writing out additional information, kind of answering the question, where are Delilah and Lohan, but not answering it, but ways that you could answer it. And then I realized, that's kind of that's something that I present when you're wanting to do something and don't know how to start.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm withholding that until you need a little bit of a push, and then if you need it, I've got it ready.
Mm-hmm.
How does Percy react to this?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. Like, terror at the hands of a dangerous pirate is about how I expect it to be portrayed. So, yeah. Is there anything about Delilah's reaction to having, like, been terrorized by such a fucking dangerous space pirate? And the information that Dusty sent me?
Not really.
Huh. Huh.
No, there was more focus on the fact that she's freed from this assumed situation.
Yeah.
And on her choice to have a natural birth without genetic correction. On Thurid, that's a big deal.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
So Lohan could be prone to allergies, which is unusual on Thurid.
Okay, so does anyone else get the feeling that she did that so that he's as much like Percy as possible, or am I just being big-headed?
I don't know. I don't get that sense necessarily, but
Eh.
it's also that's probably also when Mercury Core slips in the trackers, right?
Possible. Possible. Fair point, actually.
Because Mercury Core is big on Thurid.
Yeah, that's true.
Mercury Core is like 75% of Thurid.
Yeah. What is
This was before Percy was known Raza.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, for that big-headedness,
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you roll an int no check.
And no, surely this will go well. Surely this will go well.
This will be a
You'll be
pure luck
fine.
roll. Oh goodness.
Better than I was expecting, honestly.
Yeah. Above average.
Not the 8 though. Is he sharing this with anyone?
Wait, what?
Is he sharing this with anyone?
Basically, do you have a way to get help from one of us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who would you be looking for help from?
Might run it past that, honestly. Like, why would she, not get the genetic treatment for Lohan? Wait, no, this is ridiculous, right? But what if...
All right. I'll allow Das to also roll int no.
Okay.
I don't like to on 8 checks, but this time it is the only one that actually applies. So this isn't so much an answer to the very complex question of why a person
Yeah.
has birth a certain way.
Yeah.
But
There's not really a skill for that.
Lohan is a little bit of an unusual name, and
Uh-huh.
Das kind of picks up what could be a pattern of Lohengrin.
Hmm.
I'm wondering if there's any history or mythology or Arthurian legend nerds that are picking up on that.
It does
I
sound
guess Lohengrin is
familiar.
Okay, so start with Percival then.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh.
Huh. Yeah, that... Huh.
So yeah, the big-headedness. There you go.
So are you telling me Delilah plays Grand Blue? Yeah, yeah, I think that answers my question. At least partly. God, what do I do with this information?
It is supporting evidence.
What do I do with this information? What the fuck?
Hmm.
What do you do with it?
Okay, so I have one thought for what I do with this information. Dix, I would like to go poke around in my QED.
Okay.
I am curious to know, because it mentions Delilah and her family as rural folk who've chosen to live outside the comfort. I want to check, do I know anything about her, family and living situation, which is possibly intertwined? Did I know them before? Is there anything that's likely on that front? Did they already live outside of civilization in such a place that it's possible they just went back there to avoid the heat, or did they move out to the rural folk? You know what I mean?
Okay, so if let me make sure I do though. It sounds like you're trying to find out if they were already outside the city, rural folk before
Yeah.
Percy became part of their lives, or
Yeah.
is that a reaction to the events?
Yeah, basically, what was the living situation like when I was living with Delilah? Does it sound like what they went to now?
Okay. Yeah, I think that's something that Percy could try and search back through memories to get there.
Okay, buckle up for some more trauma, everyone.
let me pull up your memories list. Where did I put you? Das memories, Percy memories. Nope, those are Das memories. Why did it take me to Das memories? Oh, Percy memories are right above them. Okay. This is the first time that Percy's gone back into his QED, isn't it? Since dealing with Trail.
I think so actually. I think it might be. Oh goody,
Well, you could have a new core memory.
what fresh traumas will it? Oh shit, you're right. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
I think,
It's fine. It'll be
was it
fine.
Das?
Don't
I
worry.
think Das got a different core memory now, right?
Das got a
no.
different one, but Das's new one is like fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Less traumatizing, but that's
yeah.
not guaranteed. It could be more traumatizing.
Yeah, it could be
Yeah.
more. But like
Yeah.
Das went from Das went from bleeding out to like seeing Portia
yeah.
Lynn and Percy plotting how to kill a friend of hers. It's like
Yeah.
that's quite a difference.
Yeah.
Heartwarming, obviously.
Yeah.
The other big difference is that you had a lot less trauma in the first. Like you had less trauma in the
This
first
is
place.
true.
You had less
This
time
is
of
true.
trauma in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah, just fuck it with ball, I guess. If I fail, I fail.
All right. This is kind of a bit of a difficult memory. It's repressed a little bit even before it became really repressed in the QED.
I have a bad feeling about this. Go
So
on, hit me with
see, is it still a shoot check though? I think it still qualifies as a shoot check because the events leading up to that were part of Percy's core function, shooting.
it. You're a kind and gracious god.
It is, however, also wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So difficulty 8, wisdom shoot skill check.
Nice.
There you go. One thing that gives Percy pause as he's searching through this is, he comes in expecting the pool of blood at his feet and the mocking, let's get you
Come on,
cleaned up.
Near face. Yeah.
That's out there. It's still a memory floating around, but it's not assaulting him. There's him assaulting him. Sorry, not him assaulting him. There's Trail, angry Trail, assaulting him. Not actually assaulting, but the memory is certainly buffeting his attempts to put himself into this cold, snowy memory. Trail kind of he hears Trail's voice over the snow as he's trying to orient himself and as he's trying to find his way into a memory of life with Delilah and family until he finally locks on and locks out Trail. And he sees himself tending a horse on a farm. It's spring. The snow has thawed for the few short months that there's no snow. And there's a sense of relief that he doesn't have to keep shoveling snow because that's what they do out here. There's a corral built with wood and not makeshift materials. There's a house, a little bit of pride in the craftsmanship, hand built. And then of course there's Delilah calling him in for lunch. That's a permanent residence.
Okay. Are there any noteworthy features, I guess.
Uh,
Like on the horizon or whatever.
you can see the city in the distance, in the far distance.
Okay.
But can't really get a sense of direction.
Okay.
So it mostly confirms what Das had trawled, that they were far distant but near a city.
Okay.
And that's one system strain.
Okay. Yeah, I think at that point, give a sec. Uh, yeah, at that point, I'm like, he's gonna keep battering at my guards, isn't he? I will let my focus down. What does Trail have for me now? I'd like to like just let the core memory wash over me.
The snow just explodes away like a snowball hitting a tree, and you're let's see, what? And Trail is looming over you. You get the sense that you're still just a kid. And shouting, "You come in here waving that pea shooter around like you what? You want to kill me? I saved you, kid. I'm the only goddamn reason you're still alive. Any other pirates, any other crew, they would have left you for dead. You're evidence. You're dead goddamn weight. And now, after I raised and fed you for 7 years, you're proving it. Go ahead. Shoot me. Anywhere you like. But when it don't kill me, I'm taking that gun and I'm shooting you in the same exact place."
Oh. Ooh.
The gun was trembling so bad in his hand, and Trail was so confident he'd live. Nothing but an eye shot would be worth the risk. Just to see the man rage. Bang! Right in the leg.
Yes.
Trail didn't even flinch.
Damn it.
No blood, just a metallic clink. And when the second shot rang out, not 3 seconds later, neither did he. But there was a lot of blood, and he passed out from the pain.
Oh.
As in he being Percy.
Yeah. Huh.
That is Percy's new core memory.
Yeah.
He shoots Trail in the cybernetic leg.
Yeah.
Trail shoots him in the flesh leg.
Yeah. I was at least bright enough to shoot Trail in somewhere that I didn't mind being shot. I was not bright enough to shoot him in somewhere that he would actually feel it. But in fairness, I was only like, what, 14 at the time?
Yeah.
I imagine you probably didn't know it was cybernetic.
Maybe. Nah, come on. There's no way you raise a kid for 7 years and they never see your leg. Surely.
Oops.
Trail.
Yeah, That's worth poking around at later on. But yeah, worth poking around at later on. Now is not the time. Do I take system strain for just letting myself feel the core memory?
Yeah, it's still straining, so it takes but it doesn't count as a failure, so it's just one
Okay.
strain.
Okay. The next thing that I would like to try for is after we found out that Delilah was pregnant, I assume we talked about the kid. Just like thoughts along that line, possibly with a slight lean of like, did Percy have thoughts on the future at that point? Because like, he must have expected that it would get recognised straight away, and I feel like I probably didn't have a plan if what happened was just I bug out immediately, but I wonder if I had thoughts along that line at the time.
Okay.
Like, was that just a panic response, or did I genuinely not come up with anything better?
So this is going to be more difficult.
Yeah.
Because it is again a something that Percy has himself felt is dangerous and kind of mentally safeguarded.
Yeah.
So the base difficulty is 10, and you've also
Yikes.
got two memories that you've taken, so +2. Difficulty 12. It is still wisdom shoot because I mean
I
it is still in the vein of a mercenary who is looking for escape routes.
Yeah. If I'd realised that just like letting the core memory happen would get a penalty to this, I would have tried for it immediately. Yeah, I thought like the core memory just didn't count as like towards this. Like rather than seeking it out, it was a thing letting a thing happen to you, you know?
Right, fair. I'll feel bad about it later.
Yeah, no, that's reasonable.
We'll see what you roll, and then we'll see if I need to feel bad or not. No.
Nope, you're good. Better off not knowing. Fuck.
Yeah, this seems to be something that Percy felt guarded about. Whether and from what you've heard from Acid and from others talking, these more difficult memories to access are usually something that can get somebody in trouble or are very important or like need to be kept very secret.
Okay.
They can also be something that somebody feels very conflicted about and has, kind of repressed or avoids with other things like joining a Raza crew to escape the reality.
Yeah.
Alright. And you get Traility shooting you again.
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot. How many bullets am I going to have in my mental life at the end of this? How much is that?
Ooh. Well, 5 strain worth.
Oh, yikes. Okay, yeah, I am going to have to stop there then. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, getting shot by trail twice is very straining.
Well, it wasn't too bad the first time when I let it happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, incidentally, what happens if I do go over my system strain cap if I'm in a memory? Do I just like have a heart attack or?
That was the previous cycle. I believe this time I've basically just said you get shunted out. It doesn't interrupt anything. You just get shunted out, and you are over your cap. So that takes even longer for you to get back under.
Okay. Yeah. So not worth, especially when.
So don't do it.
Yeah. Especially when it's difficult like this. It's where it's this hard, and I have this few skill points. Not worth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am gonna call it there for now.
Okay. All right. How does Percy feel about that upon exiting the QED?
Who is it that was trip sitting for me this time?
It could be Acid.
Okay.
Actually, it could be Acid or Siri.
Let's go with Acid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Percy's just good. Like, does Acid say anything when I come out, or?
She is as neutral of face as she usually is.
Okay.
Well, let me rephrase. Neutral and slightly dismayed.
Yeah. The slight dismay means that it's probably not for the best that I like say anything traumatic, but at the same time, Percy's still get a little bit dazed from what happened, so he's gonna go. Did you know that I tried to shoot my dad when I was 14? Did I ever mention that before?
She thinks back and then I don't remember that.
Oh.
How does it
Yeah,
feel
no.
that you finally succeeded?
Complicated. I got my own back several times over, but complicated.
Family always is.
Yeah. I feel like by the end of it, like when I got shot and left behind, I knew that he would fuck up whoever came back without me, you know? So we must have figured out our differences at some point, but yeah. Fuck, 40-year-old me had balls though. Like Trail said, shoot me wherever you like, but if it doesn't kill me, I'm gonna shoot you in the same place, and he went for it anyway. Like, kind of stupid. Shot him in the cyber leg, but you know, brave.
A slight smirk on acid. Off you go then.
Yeah, probably should, shouldn't I? Oh, I didn't get everything I need. I'm probably gonna be back soon. I mean, I say need. I don't need it, but like, you know what I mean.
You don't need any of this.
Maybe not, but
What does old Percy have that you need?
a girlfriend and kid that he abandoned suddenly with no explanation and hasn't done anything for since and left him without answers.
They're not in your... That girlfriend and kid aren't in your memories. They're out in the sector somewhere.
Yeah, and this is me trying to narrow down where.
Are there no other ways?
I mean, we tried. I tried to get Das to help, but like she found some stuff. That's how I found that. Okay, takes out of character. Like I know why Lohan is like related to Percy / Percival. How would Percy know it in universe? Does Grambley exist?
Oh, that was the skill check to see if that's a piece of Arthurian legend that has ever come across either Das or Percy.
Okay.
And I'll let
Yeah.
you two decide which character wants to have known it.
Das, I think I feel dual myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think in that case, I think if it was a question that, like, I think Das would probably have just put it as is, but then if you'd come back and asked, she would have given you information on the whole legend stuff and all the context to understand.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, just spell it out in straight words, just so I don't accidentally break character. What is the connection that I can flavor to Percy's understanding?
I believe it's basically the Arthurian legend-wise, I forget what the full thing was, but Lohan is basically son of Percival.
Son of Percival. Okay.
So
okay.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
it's like it's making that connection very explicit, in a way that a lot of other names wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Dex, what was it Acid said? Sorry.
She asked
I've
if
been
there are
talking
no
about-
other ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I spoke with Das, and she helped me find some stuff out. Fairly certain they're still on Third. I am public enemy number 1 in that story, as you would expect. she named the kid not after me, but like related. There's this old Earth legend about like knights and chivalry and stuff, and one of the knights is called Percival, and the name that she gave to her son, mostly her son, was the name of Sir Percival's son, the son of Percival. Like, even knowing who I am, and me never staying around and defending myself. Of all the names she could have picked.
And you think that your memories will help you find her?
Mm. Partly that. Partly I think that like there'll be details that I have forgotten. But also partly just so that I'm not going there as a 100% stranger. You know? Like, imagine how it's going to feel if I go there and go, hey, I mostly have amnesia, but I remember stuff about you, versus, hey, so I'm told we had a kid. You know? It's messed up, it really is.
Seeing your memories in a QED is not the same as having them again. You
I know.
will never have those memories. It will always be, hey, I heard we had a kid.
Yeah.
But that's where you start from.
Mm.
That's not where you end.
Mm. Hadn't actually thought about it in those words. That helps. Thanks, Acid.
You're welcome. Are we done?
Oh,
She
yeah, no.
she is getting prickly.
Yeah, no, sorry. Don't let me keep you. I know you have like experiments and stuff. Yeah. Have a nice day. Oh, and Acid.
Hmm.
You're getting better at the whole pep talk thing.
Get out before I shoot you.
Wouldn't be the first time I got a shot, and person's going around the corner as he says that.
Nice. All right, we went over a little bit. Hope nobody minds.
And you were
Ginja?
worried that it'd have to be a short session.
Hmm?
And you were worried it'd have to be a short session.
I did.
Yeah.
My brain completely lost two important scenes that needed to happen.
Yeah.
Um.
And I have other things as well that I want to get to, but that's fine.
Okay. Well, I definitely
Yeah.
don't want to try and cram your scene into like, can we wait 5 more
Yeah.
minutes? Let's
No,
do that next week.
That's next time, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, ran over.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
To be fair, it was basically Ginja's choice as to which of those scenes went forward today.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Okay,
but I
that's fine.
picked chronologically, so you know.
And I appreciate
Pick
that
the
because it
one
benefited me.
Yeah.
So I'm planning for us to be back on schedule with the weekly sessions.
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool.
That is always subject to change, of course, if multiple people are out, or if somebody particularly important to the upcoming expected scenes is out and I can't maneuver around, so that like Jackal, we could maneuver around so that he can do the Elise scene next session.
Yeah.
But yeah, plan is until I have a borderline mental breakdown again.
Maybe a little bit before that, but
Yeah, a little
before
bit.
that, yeah.
At least a little.
Fair. Appreciate your
least a
concern.
Well, if you have a proper mental breakdown, then we're never going to have a session again, so delayed gratification, you know?
Yeah. And I
Like,
shouldn't
it's
be throwing that term
it's
around lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just so easy to because it evokes images.
Mhm.
Or not images. It evokes the kind of the feeling of overwhelmed.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But enough about me. Thank you all. I'm gonna go ahead and put the stream ending card up. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
try and hold you guys for review. We're
Yeah.
already over. But if you have
I
any
just like-
feedback,